Let's go. Go big or go home. Get your game face on. I need a seat on that throne.
Pittsburg, California, a well-known city right here in the heart of the Bay Area. This city thrives on a blend of toughness and education. Pittsburgh embraces its roots in culture and learning, making this community strong. We're home to the only local high school football team to beat De La Salle for the state championship. Pittsburgh is driving growth in the East Bay, embracing innovation and education. Pittsburgh is rich in culture, commerce, industrial manufacturing, and is home to Los Medanos College, the top community college within 50 square miles. LMC is a springboard for success. This is where future stars and leaders get their start. Whether it's on the football field or in the classroom, LMC knows how to produce winners. You get out what you put in, and at Los Medanos, they put in the work day in and day out. It's a breeding ground for success. So on that note, let's welcome all of you to Pittsburg, California.
Let's go. Go big or go home.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pittsburg, California, where today the home team, Los Medanos Mustangs, host the De Anza College Lions. It's a battle of the Pac-7 Conference. And it's Anthony Schultz along with Dan Wall. It's the 50th anniversary of LMC. So glad you could join us. Dan, we got a couple of really good teams, just one loss between the two. And, of course, the Lions of De Anza coming in undefeated. And let's talk about those quarterbacks first. Antavius Jackson, what a year he's having, really playing like an MVP.
He is, but De Anza is kicking off. They threw it at us real quick today, Tony. So we'll talk about Antavius when they get the ball, but we're going to talk about Garrett Deathridge.
And here comes the kickoff, taken at the goal line, coming across the 15, hit and bang down there. Good coverage by the Mustang kicking team, and that's where the ball game starts. First down and 10.
That was Alex DeLeo on the return, and as you were talking about, so here we come, number 3, Garrett Deathridge, number 8 in the state in passing. And he's up against the number 4 passer in the state, and that would be Antavius Jackson as the LMC offense comes out. 3 wide receiver set most of the time. Barbadillo behind the quarterback, and a 1 tight end set for the Mustangs, who are rated number 11 in the state in total offense.
Deathridge in that pistol formation, hands off, looking to go over that left side. Not a whole lot of room there. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It'll bring up second down. For Deathridge, he's smart, understands the game. The turnovers have been a bit of a problem. 5 interceptions and a fumble in those first 3 games, but they've still been able to win 3 out of their 4 contests, and he's, as Dan has said, put up some very good numbers. Second down at 10, same formation, trying to go up the middle again. Again, not a whole lot of room. This is going to bring up third down and long here for the Mustangs.
That was Barbadillo again. Barbadillo, as we look at the De Anza College defensive lineup underneath the shot of the line of scrimmage, Barbadillo has rushed for 470 yards in the 4 games. He's their feature back. But we're kind of force him into a passing situation here, Tony, with 3rd and 9.
Yeah, long yardage situation here. And here's Garrett back, looking, throws sideline, nobody home. Looked like he was trying to come out here to number 13, Richard R.J. Felder. Pass incomplete, that'll bring up 4th down, and the Mustangs will have to punt.
I doubt that's how Chris Shipe wrote it up for the first drive here. Only a yard gained on those, and that pass had really no chance to be completed. So we're going to get a look at Antavius Jackson and the Lions offense real quick. And as you mentioned, Tony, about 5 times this week, both of these teams wearing the same colors.
Looks like an inter-squad game.
Yes.
Punt is away, high end over end kick. This one is going to hit at about the 45 and take a Mustang bounce inside the 25, picked up at the 22, and the Mustangs cover it quickly and throws the return man out of bounds. And that was number 5 picking up that ball. That was DeAndre Alvarado, and I don't know if that was a very wise decision there.
Tony, that was over a 60-yard punt. So that gets Los Medanos out of a little bit of trouble here that they had field position-wise. But here's our first look at the state's number 4 passer, Antavius Jackson.
Line, first down, Mountain Lions.
So the Mountain Lions going to take over, and the nose of the football right at their own 25-yard line. So 3 and out for the offense of LMC, and now De Anza gets their shot. And the referee blowing his whistle right there. It's Kirk Mason in his 15th year. And the officials want to talk something over here before the Mountain Lions run their first play.
Both teams have been so far, Tony. LMC 11th, De Anza 12th in the state.
And Tavius takes the low snap, going to hand off and try to go up the middle, and finding it not a whole lot of room up there. Short gain, maybe a yard, and that's all. It'll be second down, call it 9 here for the Mountain Lions.
Elijah Hadley, the ball carrier, and they don't run the ball very much, Tony, so that might have been just a little preview for us to set up something else.
Mountain Lions.
They've got a pretty fair amount of mileage out of that. It's just that Tavius has been so good in the passing game. That's obviously what they feature. Here's from that shotgun, and Tavius throws. He's got a man open across the 30, hit and dropped at about the 31. And the catch made by Elijah Evans Murray at a Fountain Fort Carson, the sophomore. And he got a pretty good pickup here. A little bit third down and very manageable.
Very short pass in the flat to number 17, Murray. And good tackle coming up, making that stop, bringing up a 3rd and 4.
Third down and 4 here, upcoming for the Mountain Lions. They need the 35-yard line here for a first down. 3 wide receiver spread to the near side. Contavious back, throws. He's got a man complete at the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Hit and drop there at about the 41, so they get about 8 on the play, and they move the sticks. First down, De Anza.
Akeem Wright made that catch right in front of the corner. You can see Jackson's not a big guy, but he's got a good arm, and of course really fast if he gets out and out of the pocket.
Yeah, he's been very effective with the pass, and he's a big part of the running game
First
as well.
Down, Mountain Lions.
I thought they were just the Lions, Tony. I didn't know they added mountain in there.
And Davies is going to run right up the middle. He goes, and he is going to get across midfield into Mustang territory down to the 48-yard line, very close to a first down. And we'll call it about a 10-yard gain, and that will be another Mountain Lion first down.
We have Barbadillo on the offensive side for LMC and Rebedello on the defensive side. He made the tackle on that play. Quarterback draw straight up the middle, and you can see the speed that Jackson has.
Yeah, Jackson comes in with 4 rushing touchdowns on the year to go along with 13 passing touchdowns. And that's just in 4 games. Going to go to the outside. There's that hitch pass. And this one's down the sideline. They've got another first down as they go to the far side, pick up a big gainer on that quick hitter. And here are the Lions moving the ball right down the field.
Taken out of bounds.
Akeem Wright is not the featured, so to speak. The leading receiver is Devin Dawkins, but Wright's been open on 2 of those sideline passes, and that one right there, Tony, was another big gainer. So they're just moving the ball right down the field in big chunks.
Started this drive at the 25. They've mixed it up with a couple of runs. Passes have been very effective.
At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 4. That is number 4's first unsportsmanlike conduct. A second unsportsmanlike conduct will result in disqualification.
So much like the college rule, Tony, they on that personal foul against Wright, that's his first towards disqualification. If he gets another one, he's joining us up here in the booth.
Well, instead of lining up at the 36, Dan, they are now back on their own side of the field at the 49. Costly penalty indeed, and a break for the Mustangs. And now we have an official's timeout. So they're going to talk things over. We'll step aside just a moment here. Just getting underway from LMC, the 50th anniversary of LMC. So glad you can join us. Come on back. More Mustang football coming up.
Mi futuro es cuidar de nuestra salud.
Mi futuro es mantener la tranquilidad.
Asegura tu futuro con más de 90 programas y matrícula gratis para los que estudian tiempo completo. En Los Vedanos College, el futuro es nuestro. Empieza hoy en losvedanos.edu.
All right, the Lions on the move here, but just hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the official still talking some things over here, but it is going to be first down and 10, and the line of scrimmage now their own 49-yard line. So it was really a big break there for the Mustangs as the Lions had put together a pretty good drive there, Dan, with 3 first downs.
You know, Tony, I always wondered what it's like to watch the film back after you negate a big gain with a 15-yard penalty, telling the other team we just got 15 yards.
First down, Mountain Lions.
Just give the ball to the ref and get back in the huddle.
That's when you just kind of look down and hope the coach isn't looking at you.
Oh, he's looking.
First down at 10. Back to pass. Here comes a blitz off the corner. Contavious in some trouble here. He's going to be able to get away, though. Makes a nice run out of it anyway, getting to the 45. So he picks up about 6 yards. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Very shifty. You can see he's and he's not afraid to run. He's not one of those guys that sits back in the pocket waiting for a bunch of guys to. The minute he sees a hole, boom, he's gone.
Second down,
They had looked like they had a blitz coming from the defensive right side. Got into the backfield very quickly, but Jackson able to get away from that. And, of course, those great runners, Dan, they can always make that first guy miss. Jackson back, short drop, has a man. Over the middle, inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. A catch made by number 4, Akeem Wright. And Akeem Wright's been very busy here in the early going.
Tackled by number 35.
That's 3 for him already in the first quarter on his first drive.
So that's the 4th first down of this drive. It began at the 13:24 mark at their own 25-yard line. Now inside the 40-yard line. Line of scrimmage at the 38 of the Mustangs.
First down, Mountain Lions.
A battle of the American Pacific 7. Jackson from the shotgun, looks, throws over the sideline. He's got a man. They're going to fight up for some yardage. Helmet pops off as he drives inside the 30-yard line. Close to another first down. Might just be a hair short.
That's got by number 17, Elisha Evans Murray.
Now Evans Murray makes his second catch, and he's the one who lost his helmet. And Javion Smith gets credit for the tackle, but really, it was the offense pushing the defense back that time.
Yeah, it was.
Anza is out for one play, new equipment.
Oh, you have to leave when you lose your helmet, Tony. And that was a nice call by you, saying that he was a hair short because he didn't have his helmet on.
Oh,
very
damn,
cute.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Second down, Mountain
I keep score down here.
All right, Jackson flanked by Headley. Second down and short here for the Mountain Lions. Headley going to get it, and over the right side, and not going to get very far. And really a good stout defense there.
That was actually
after a short gain.
Jackson kept the ball. He did that long, drawn-out handoff and to fake everyone out. Then he went around the left side.
He had me going the other way, that's for sure.
That's the whole point, Tony, is to fool us first, and hopefully, or is actually to fool them first, then fool us.
Just inside the 30-yard line for Anza on the LMC side of the football here. So we'll bring up third down and short. And they are going to hand off to Headley. Bounces it outside. He's got the first down. Headley is tripped up as he gets to about the 24-yard line. So a first down run there, trying to see who made that tackle. Came up with that submarine stop.
Headley.
But Headley does have another first down for the Lions, and this has been a very good drive.
12,
I think it was... It actually looked like it was either Gallen or Evans who made that tackle for LMC, but he got a good block to get outside the on that run. He just didn't have enough speed to get outside the corner to take that in. But still a first down, another first down for Anza, and they've had the ball for a long time here, Tony. Almost 5 minutes.
First down at 10. Line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line of LMC. And here's Jackson going to keep it. Thought he was going to try to throw, but he's going to be corralled near the sideline maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. And whatever they were running right there did not fool LMC.
Lorenzo Mayfield came across and manhandled Jackson on that run. I asked Chris Shipe, the head coach of LMC, are you going to try to keep maybe a little spy watching this guy? And he said, we don't have the kind of linebackers to dedicate to the one guy. They have to play their role. So it's going to be interesting throughout this game, especially it's so hot. It could wear some people down.
Chris Shipe, the head man of the LMC Mustangs, in his 14th season now as the head coach. Here's Jackson. No drop at all. Throws over the middle. He's got a man. Touchdown! And Anza strikes first. And they are on the board here with 7:09 to go. 6-0 Mountain Lions.
Touchdown, Mountain Lions.
Devin Dawkins, the feature wide receiver. And boy, Dan, he really reached down and sort of behind him as the ball was a little off to his left. Able to make a very nice catch there and turn that into a touchdown.
Yeah, it was a good play. Quick though. They don't wait too long to throw the ball, Tony. They get it out quick, and he had just made his cut, and that's probably why he didn't lose it, because he had enough room.
Touchdown.
So are we?
At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, excessive celebration, offense number 1. That's number 1's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game. The second unsportsmanlike will result in disqualification. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So that's 2, Tony. And you know the thing, it's one thing to get a 15-yard penalty. That's fine. It's another thing to be disqualified after 2 of them. So we'll see what happens. Maybe that's their game plan. Let's get all those guys disqualified.
Tim Blackmore for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is good. And with 7:09 to go, it's the Anza Mountain Lions coming up with a touchdown, and they lead it 7-0.
So Tony, while we have an opportunity, I wanted to tell you a little about our history out here televising sports. And Chris Shipe. Chris was the quarterback for Pittsburgh back when Ron Carter, one of our producers today, and Clay Callum. You remember Clay? He's still coaching over in Concord. We did the very first Big Little game on television, and Chris was the quarterback. And that was actually the team. He was a junior that then the next year went on and beat De La Salle in the Coliseum. The last time De La Salle actually lost a game in what would be Contra Costa County.
And will be grounds for removal from the site of competition. We thank you for your cooperation.
So all the way back to what, 91 was the last loss, right?
91, yeah. So it was the 90 Big Little game. Percy McGee, Greg Quesada, Reagan Upshaw, all played for Pitt. Mark Butterfield, Mike Lucky. There was a bunch of future NFL players in that game.
Here is Blackmore kick after assessing that penalty. Kicks it from the 20. So the Mustangs a chance to return this one. Here come the 25, 30, 35, 40, across the 45 to the 46. Good return. And that is number 13, Richard R.J. Felder. So after that penalty, set the Lions back, and the Mustangs able to take advantage with their special team.
Now, let's see if LMC can take advantage of this after the first drive. They started back on their 15-yard line. Right now they're at their 46.
First down, Mustangs.
So here come the Mustangs trying to answer that Dawkins touchdown after a very long drive that saw the Lions pick up 5 first downs. Handoff, looking to go up the middle, and just not a whole lot of room, Dan. Looking over at the line judge, it looks like it's going to be about a yard gain, if that. It'll bring up second down and long.
This is the problem you get sometimes, Tony, when you run a spread offense. You don't have a tight end. You don't have a lot of secondary blocking. And if you don't hit that hole, you gain a yard. And that's pretty much where LMC's rushing game is right now.
Oh, Deathridge in that shotgun formation, setting a man in motion, going to the far side. And on second down, he's back to pass. Here comes the rush, throws low, but it's corralled over there on the far side of the field at the 50-yard line. Pick up a few yards there, caught about a 5-yard gain. It'll bring up third down and a manageable 5 yards here for LMC.
And the first reception for last year's All-State wide receiver Marcus Singleton, who had to go low to make that catch. But he did get a gain of 4, so it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, over 100 yards a couple of weeks ago. And 2 weeks ago had 65 yards ago. And now the LMC out of their stance a little early up on that front line. That'll cost them 5.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
And Singleton, 1,300 yards last year. He's definitely the Stang's big play guy, and they'll try to spread him out, Dan. They'll get some quick screens, use some of those drags. And they'll always put him on the outside, trying to get that one-on-one matchup down the field. So this is going to set up a 3rd down and 10 following that penalty. They've got to get inside the 45 of the Lions here for a 1st down to about their 44. 3rd down and long. Garrett setting up a screen pass and a nice cut to the inside. They're going to leave him just a little short of that 1st down. It will be 4th down here, and you got to think they're going for it on the Lions side of the field.
Jordan Barbadillo.
Barbadillo took that screen pass, and you got to go for it almost here. If you're the Detroit Lions, you know you go for it, Tony. You know about that. Your Rams lost to them 4 weeks ago.
Sorry. 4th and 2 here. Handoff, Barbadillo comes to the near side here, trying to turn the corner. He can't, and I don't think he made it.
I thought he had it at first,
and
but
he did have it.
He ran laterally to the line and almost to the sideline. We're going to have to, he got it. He just barely got it.
Yeah, Kurt Mason singles 1st down, so they roll the dice there on 4 and 2, and Barbadillo, who didn't pick up much, but he got the line to gain, and it's a 1st down here for LMC. Deathridge. I've almost bumped into Barbadillo that time, and he goes right into the line, and a bunch of defenders bump into him. Maybe a half-yard gain, and that's all. Bring up 2nd down, and we'll call it a long 9.
I don't know if I'd run that play again, Tony. that one, they almost look confused, which is hard to believe that, after 4 or 5, your 5th game of the season, that you're a little off with your handoff with the running back there, but that's what happened.
Fake the handoff here, come to the near side, and that quick pass, and not a whole lot there as the Lions converge very quickly to get on Marquis Singleton out of Encinal High School in Alameda. It's going to set up a 3rd down and a long again after he picked up maybe a pair.
Interestingly enough, Deathridge is from Encinal as well. So the quarterback and his number 1 wide receiver both went to the same high school.
Third down now. The line of scrimmage is the De Anza 40-yard line. Garrett in that shotgun formation. Sends a man in motion going to the far side. Garrett back, looks, fade pass to the end zone. This one incomplete. And good coverage down the field there for the Lions.
Number 13,
and on that play, on the coverage was Dempson Sampson, and he was right there with the intended receiver.
You usually, that's just a toss-up, Tony. You just threw it up for grabs, and you kind of pray there. A lot of times you're looking for PI. That time no call, and now it looks like LMC's going to punt.
So 4th down upcoming here for LMC on the Lions side of the field, but they're going to elect to kick this one away. That'll be their 2nd punt of the ball game. And now whistle stop the play.
Kind of a weird punt formation. Maybe a fake. This would be a good place for a fake if you're going to fake.
Yeah, certainly on the opponent's side of the field. If you don't get it, it's not like they have fantastic field position.
Last year, Tony, LMC beat De Anza at De Anza 55-14. So so far, and the main question was, are they better? And the answer, unanimously, was yes, they are much better.
55-14 would say they're better.
Yeah.
Of course, Dan, we have seen some of those situations where a team, say in the regular season, just tears apart. Then they meet in the playoffs and totally different.
The field play clock is not operable. It will be kept on the field by the back judge.
So having some trouble with the field clock here. Officials getting everything together here. 3:32 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of the Lions. And on their second possession, it'll be their second punt here for LMC. Here comes the rush. The kick is away. And this one looks like it's going to head for the end zone. It will hit at the goal line into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions defense gets off the field for the second time. They'll have this one out at the 20 as they get their second drive of the game.
So, Tony, one of the interesting things about Los Madonnas in the 50 years it's been here is one that I actually got a diploma from here. But
they're just giving those things away.
They just handed them out. I think it was $29.99. So, but I got that in 1980. LMC did not play here in their first number of years. The field was, I think, one of the last things they built, and they also didn't have lights. So their early games were played at Antioch and Pittsburgh high schools. And as a matter of fact, I got a couple of guys here I want to talk about.
At the 20-yard line.
Great alumni. Not necessarily the top five, but like the top five I know about. And one of them, of course, is the great Pittsburgh quarterback Joey Aliotti, who went to Boise State, was drafted by the LA Express and the USFL, and recently retired as the Dean of Boys over at De La Salle. So he was one of the first major stars of football here at LMC.
And quick hitter out to the near side, and pretty nice gain coming over the 25-yard line to about the 26. And that's Devin Dawkins again, able to get that ball out to him very quickly here, Dan. They had one man downfield, but it didn't look like a screen setup, more like it's one of those hitch passes.
Well, they're not throwing the ball deep. Everything is underneath, but they have good speed. They're running good routes, and he seems to favor Wright and Dawkins.
Looking at Alvante Gallen out here, number 10. Here on the bottom part of your screen. Playing that right defensive end position. Kind of a sort of a stand-up linebacker / defensive end. Came to the Mustangs as a linebacker, but it's been the depth that's been an issue that's caused them to have to switch some people around. Tackle's going to be made after the passes the 31-yard line, and that will be a first down for the Lions.
I'm a little surprised, Tony. Deanza's showing a lot more ball control than quick hitting ability there. Although last week they only scored, I think, 14 points in the first half and then went on to score 3 touchdowns in the second half. So
Chow gets it to the 32-yard line. That's another first down. That's a quick hitter out here to Dawkins. He turns the corner, gets up the sideline, and he's past the 40-yard line and looks like he's hit and down at about the 43. That's going to be a gain of 11 and another first down here for the Mountain Lions.
Once again, Tony, it's all a rack yardage.
Out for one play due to equipment issue.
So
boy, that happened again.
Came off. Yeah, so we've had 2 personal fouls and 2 helmet issues so far in the first quarter.
So the Lions moving it again, already picking up a couple of first downs. 43 yards so far here on their second drive. Handoff, Barbadillo cuts it back up in the inside, and he picks up several yards. And actually, was that Mike Guzman, number 33?
Elijah Hadley.
Oh, pardon me, that was Headley, number 33. I'm looking at the wrong roster, excuse me. I got the rosters color coordinated, but the colors are the same.
Yeah, they're color coordinated the same color.
5, second down, Mountain Lions.
So we'll pick up a 5 here for the Mountain Lions. And it'll bring up second down at 5. Back to pass, throws. Oh, it makes a nice move there. Gets out across midfield into Mustangs territory and very close to another first down for Headley.
Robledo was there to make the tackle that time, but as you noted, Tony, I mean, I really would like to know how far he's thrown the ball and how far they've run after they've caught the ball, because no passes went probably more than 3 or 4 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Unless you're talking about the touchdown pass.
Right, that's the only one.
All right, Jackson, Headley flanked to his left. Third down here and short. And Jackson's going to take off over right tackle. He's going to have the first down as he's inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line of the Mustangs.
Jackson.
The left side, the right side of the line made that whole play happen, Tony. It was a huge hole for him to run through.
Yeah, Stanley Roberts was hurt in the first game, a defensive lineman. And as I said, depth issues have been a problem for the Mustangs and they've had to, use some guys to play up front that are normally not defensive linemen. And so some guys are going to have to play out of position here. And, of course, the junior college as well as the high school level, Dan, you got to be able to do more than one thing.
Absolutely.
Here's a first down pass. Jackson looking, wants to step up. He trips up, and he is tackled. It looks like Alvante Gallant, the linebacker / defensive end, able to get him there.
Tackled by number 10, Alvante Gallant.
Yeah, it's nice. Actually, a sack,
That is the end of the
which is the first
quarter.
of the ball game, and we have our first break at the end of the first quarter.
So after one here from LMC, 7-0 Mountain Lions. Come on back for the second quarter.
Which is today being sponsored by the Los Medanos Athletic Department.
In 2009, Thomas Hampton cemented his place as California's top running back, torching defenses for an impressive 1,708 rushing yards. His relentless performance on the field earned him first-team JC All-American honors, representing the Los Medanos College Mustangs. Hampton was unstoppable, leading the state in touchdowns that season, and his combination of power, vision, and breakaway speed made him a nightmare for opposing defenses. He was the unquestioned leader of the Mustangs offense and a standout star in the state of California.
With more than 90 programs, degrees and certificates, online, hybrid and in-person classes, and free tuition for full-time students. At Los Medanos College, the future is ours.
We're here at Contra Costa TV, home of the Office of Communications and Media. Thanks to Los Medanos College for educating our community members for half a century. Go Mustangs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Mustangs!
Go big or go home.
Nothing in favor of the Lions. We've got Cassie Dickman here with us. And Cassie, you're a journalism instructor for LMC. What can you tell us about the program and the LMC experience with the student newspaper?
Well, we're celebrating our 50th year here at LMC, but so is the student newspaper. We've been here since the very beginning, so we're also having our 50th anniversary. The newspaper is entirely run by students. They do a print edition and an online edition, so everything is produced by students. The photos, the design, all the stories, editing, everything. They put all their passion into it, and I can tell you, as an alumna, I was the LMC Experience editor from 2016 2017, and it's a passion project, right? They put everything they've got into it. And, they have a long history of award-winning work. Every year they win awards at state and regional conferences, including for their sports coverage.
Here's Jackson looking for some room, in some trouble, fires over the middle. This one is going to be caught by Dawkins, and he's going to be very close to a first down. Now, they also talk about great experience here for the students. They simultaneously freelance for local news outlets. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so a lot of our students actually cover like high school sports. They also work for places like the Brentwood Press, covering their local communities. And did you know the Brentwood Press was actually co-founded by a former LMC student named Rick Lemire. He co-founded it in the 90s, and he used to be a perspectives editor on The Experience.
And the sports writing and covering the sports and the industry of vibrant and growing areas in the news business. This is going to just give so many opportunities to these students.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of our students go on to have illustrious careers. They win awards. Sports writing is one of the most popular beats at our student newspaper. And, we have some great alumni that are big in the industry. For example, Jesus Cano is a sports writer for MLB and MLB Pipeline.
Oh, wow.
Godofredo Alex Vasquez is an AP sports photographer who covers the A's, the 49ers, the Warriors. Yeah, so we're out there. And also, we student journalists further public discourse, right? Right now they're covering immigration, and they've covered housing insecurity, even holding a panel, inviting in local politicians, holding them accountable for their policies and asking them hard-hitting questions, while also allowing the public to ask their officials those questions. And it was covered by lots of local news media, so they're also setting the news for the day.
Great chance at a learning experience. It's so much to do after that. Dan?
Well, I was going to tell Cassie, we have a lot in common. I went to LMC.
Oh, yeah.
I worked for The Experience, and I was an assistant editor. So we have a lot in common.
We have that common history,
yes.
right? We're out here.
Although
we're doing the job.
Most of my writing has been lost over the years.
Oh.
I think accidentally, but no, I actually went back and looked at your archive, and I'm in there. So
yeah, that's awesome. And I actually wrote some sports when I was here, and I did a lot of editing of the sports, and I really appreciate the context that has to go into good sports writing, right? They have to know the context of the game, the teams, the stats. It's really impressive, and our students do an amazing job at that.
Yeah, I actually luckily got to cover the basketball team the year they went to the I don't think they got to state, but they went into the tournament.
Yeah.
And they had a guy by the name of Lester Connor who played for the Warriors and played in the NBA with 17. So that was a lot of fun. And back in those days, you couldn't get in the gym. It was sold out on a Friday night. Fantastic.
All right, Lions on the move. Cassie, thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just so great to see all the opportunities you get coming here to Los Medanos College.
Absolutely. Support local news.
Go Mustangs.
Thanks, Cassie.
Thank you so much.
All right, Lions on the move again. Another first down here as they mark this ball at the Mustang 20-yard line. And now the defense of the Mustangs trying to get off the field. Here's one going right up the middle here, plowing ahead toward the 15. And this first half right now, even though it's only a 7-0 game, but it's really been the Lions offense that's really been playing keep away here from the Mustangs.
Lanny Constant, the runner there, and something I'm a little surprised with, Tony, is you look at the stats, you look at Jackson, and they must have saw something in the film, thinking they could control the ball on the ground, because they've had the ball for 15 of the 20 minutes of this game probably.
And Dan, it's been all those hitch passes, straight up the middle running, and quarterback scrambles. And they're going to slip and fall. They're going to lose a couple of yards here. That'll bring up third down, call it about 6. That was Dawkins, the wide receiver, with the football, lining up in the backfield that time.
I wonder how the heat is affecting these players, because it's affecting the announcers. So, we're up here in the shade.
They have set us up with a nice canopy out here. I'm feeling pretty good.
It's a little
my water's
toasty.
gotten warm.
Oh, yeah, your water's, you need a new water.
Third down here for the Lions. There's that throw inside the 10. And this one is going to be another Lions first down. It's going to be a first and goal situation. And that time it was number 9, Jadahari Young out of Colonial Forge, the freshman, with the catch in the first down. And the Lions keep it going.
And the other thing, of course, is with the heat and the fact they've had the ball so much, LMC's defense has got to be a little spent at this point.
Yeah, especially those interior linemen banging bodies on every play. First and goal, Jackson looking, throws, far corner of the end zone, touchdown Lions!
Once again, it was Akeem Wright. This time he handed the ball to the ref. Walked off the field. So he must have got the message.
By number 4.
Although there is a penalty flag down near the line of scrimmage.
But it looks like it's going to be a touchdown as the point after team getting on the field here. So this might be another one of those things where they assess it on the kickoff.
A touchdown. At the end of the play, sportsmanlike conduct, number 70, taunting. There'll be a 15-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff. That's number 70's first unsportsmanlike of the game. The second unsportsmanlike foul will result in disqualification.
Boy, we are seeing a few of those here today, Dan. Is it the third time?
My question is, how do you taunt after you were just scored on?
Why would you taunt?
Why would you taunt?
After you just got scored on. So here's LMC for the point after. Snap, spot, kick is good. And Tim Blackmore bangs it through with 10:45 to go. And it's been all Lions here in the first half, 14-0.
The Anza 14.
And not really what I expected, or maybe you expected, but
45 seconds left.
They've had the ball for 2 long drives. They've ran the ball fairly successfully. Nothing huge, but just enough to move the chains and in short passes. And then when they get close in the red zone, he's been able to find his receiver Wright and Dawkins. Both of them have caught touchdowns so far. So Anza's impressive, Tony.
Very impressive with the offense stand. And now for Jackson, that's 15 touchdown passes on the year. And he's barely halfway through his 5th game. Did I say 13? I said 15. Did I say that right? Yeah. He is piling up the points. So Blackmore getting set to kick off here. And
once again, now they're going to kick off from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, because of that penalty, they can probably bang this one through the end zone and not give the Mustangs a chance at a return.
Ball will be kicked off at the 50.
So that last drive covering 80 yards for De Anza. And it's a right from Jackson touchdown pass. Here's that kick, and Blackmore will actually
I think he might have just scored, yeah.
Through the uprights that time.
Wow. He's got the leg to maybe kick a 55-yard field goal, Tony.
That was good from 60 yards right there.
LMC needs, if they're going to stay in this game, they need to do something on this drive, something positive. They've only got a couple of first downs. They really haven't been able to throw the ball the way they like to or run. So let's see what Chris Shipe dials up out here on his third drive.
All right, here comes that LMC offense. They're going to lean heavily on this offensive line. Nico Lawama, Jeff McCroy up there. And they need these guys to open up some holes and provide some pass protection. Handoff, fake. Now they're going to try to run the reverse, but boy, blowing up the play, but then getting away and making a play out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And then the ball came loose, and now they're going to say down by contact.
Number 74 on that play. He blew up the play. That was Marion Aliyah.
Yeah, but then it was Felder, R.J. Felder. Boy, looked like that was going to be a big loss, Dan. He made the move and made something out of nothing there. It turns into an 8-yard gain, bringing up second down at 2.
And you can see how important tackling is and arm tackling isn't. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might want to study a little bit of that as well.
There's a fake going to the outside. Got a man open at the 40. 45 and out to the 46-yard line. That'll be a first down here for LMC.
That's caught by number 15, Alex De La O.
De La O.
De La O from Deathridge.
Yes. That was a great play. They ran one of the wide receivers deep and took away the corner. Underneath came the pass, and a nice gain that time. One of the best plays they've ran so far.
Trying to go up the middle again here. Not very much. Orion Knoll, number 4, out of Vanden in Fairfield. And he may have picked up just a couple of yards, if at all. I think they're going to mark him for a 1-yard gain.
14, Amazia Tenilu.
So overall, the offensive line, the Stags were very one-dimensional last year on offense, and Coach Shipe told me that they've really stressed running the ball this year, and they've been much better at it through the course of the season, but they're finding some tough going here against the Lions.
Well, they had an all-state quarterback last year as well.
Here's Deathridge alone in the backfield. Throws this ball's intercepted. They're going the other way. 20, 10, touchdown Lions.
Wow, that was right off the pass there. DeAndre Greeley.
Intercepted by number 0.
And there was no hope once he caught that ball. He was gone.
For a touchdown, Mountain Lions.
So Greeley makes the interception, and from about 40 yards out, he returns it for 6. And he was able to cut across the face of the receiver and make the catch, and nothing but green in front of him after that, and it's 20-0 Lions.
Yeah, Tony, isn't it amazing? 2 plays. One play, you run one of your wide receivers deep, opening it up the passing lane. The next one you don't, and the corner jumps the play and runs it back for a touchdown.
A big blow here to the LMC Hopes. Snap, spot, kick is good. And Blackmore 3 for 3 with the point afters. And with 8:59 to go, 21-0 De Anza.
And the kick is good.
So, Tony, also on the LMC coaching staff, some old friends, Aaron Alatorre, who played in that Big Little game with Chris and has been lifelong friends, is over there.
PAT is successful.
Yeah. So I guess there was offsides. No taunting that time. Also, Bill Cockrum, who was the head coach at Pittsburgh back in the late 90s and into the 2000s, before Vic came over and redefined high school coaching. If you ever visited Vic in his office, Vic Galley, he was pretty much a professional coach.
See where your favorite team.
What my favorite thing about Vic was, you know, a lot of coaches will give you those cliches, and they'll kind of just say something nice about the guy. That wasn't Vic.
No, Vic wouldn't say. He didn't even say things nice about his own team or staff.
I asked him one time, I think you were asking him, we were together, and you were asking him, well, I heard that he's a smart kid, and Vic's like, no, he's not smart.
But he can catch the ball.
Vic didn't sugarcoat a lot of stuff.
No, Vic is retired now. Charlie Ramirez has the Pirates at 5-1 after a victory last night.
And a very successful season last year as well. Here's Blackmore with the kickoff. And he booms this one. This one's headed for the end zone. And another touchback here for LMC. They'll start again at the 20-yard line.
So, as I said, before that drive started, Tony, it was pretty much imperative that LMC did something on that drive, and they didn't do it, and then they gave up a quick score. So they're in quite a bind here, down 21-0. Not much success on offense so far, and not able to stop De Anza when they've had the ball.
For the kicking team, it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Ball will be placed at the 30-yard line. First down, Los Medanos.
So a penalty against De Anza on that kick. So the Mustangs will pick up a few extra yards on that to start in a little better field position. But, yeah, Dan, it's time to get something going offensively and get some points. They'll start from their own 30, first down and 10. Deathridge and company trying to find something here on offense. Going to go up the middle. They'll pick up about 3 yards. Call it second down and 7. And again, Dan, looking up the middle, and so far that defensive front for the Lions been awfully tough.
Ryan Knoll.
So
that was Null who made the who had the carry for LMC that time. I always wondered when you were running back, Tony, and you get tackled like by 4 people every time. When you want to switch to tight end.
Or tennis.
Or ping pong.
Tennis, your opponent's on the other side of the net. All right, here's Deathridge. Here comes the rush. Steps up, hit as he throws. The ball is loose. They're going to rule incomplete.
Tuck rule.
And that is a break for LMC because that ball coming out of the hand, you're just wondering, was the arm going forward?
Well, we're not going to have a 7-minute review, so I don't think we have that ability in junior college football. But if this was an NFL game, there'd be a 7-minute review.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7 here for the Mustangs. Showing blitz, coming with it. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to get very close to the towns, and they're going to get the first down up over the 40, down to the 40-yard line, 41-yard line. So picking up about 11 is Null, and that will move the chains. And you're wondering, Dan, running the ball there on 3rd and 7, were they thinking we're going for it on 4th down?
It's possible, but they also have Null in the game now, and he's had a couple of runs, and that was probably their best run of the game so far. It was. But there was a hole there, nice hole created by the left side of the line. And he had 5 yards before he was touched.
And Jeff McCroy, the left tackle, one of the most athletic guys there up front. Deathridge back under the rush. Now he's scrambling, retreating, grabbed, throws, and this one is out of bounds. Just did a good job there, Dan, to avoid the rush as long as he could and just dump the ball off.
Yeah, you got to get out of that pocket, too, and when you throw the ball down there.
Intentional grounding as the quarterback was outside the tackle and the ball reached or went beyond the line of scrimmage.
Thank you, ref. I was just explaining that, but you did it better than me.
So talking about Jeff McCroy being one of the most athletic guys. Dan, the left tackle, he can dunk a basketball and he can do cartwheels. Like literally feet over hands. Deathridge back. Here comes the rush. Looking for a setup, a screen pass, and the ball was floated a little too far for Null. And if he had caught that ball down, he did have some red shirts in front of him.
He did.
Incomplete pass.
Sometimes that's a harder pass to throw for the quarterback because he's throwing over the line and there are people there as well, and he can't really see the guy. Whereas when you throw a screen to the outside, it's pretty much wide open for your receiver unless one of the defensive players is, like the previous touchdown.
And set up pretty well, too, because they had those linemen coming in. It looked like they were getting a great rush, but that's a situation where the offensive linemen are saying they're kind of letting them go.
And you got to worry about a lineman downfield.
Deathridge back, throws over the middle. He's got a man in the slant pattern inside the 40, stays up on his feet until he gets to about the 35. Big play there, about 20 yards and a first down for the Mustangs.
Singleton Jr.
That was Marcus Singleton, one of the big gains in the pass game. That time, though, he had time to throw. Singleton was able to get open off the initial cut on his route, and big gain for the Mustangs.
And Hant in the middle of the field, this time trying to run. And they've done that several times here today. That's Null again, and there's just not a whole lot of room.
Orion Null.
And Deanza.
Number 6, Hosea Addison.
Nice tackle that time from their line. When you one-on-one tackle like that, you're not going to get a lot of yardage. Usually it's a group effort.
Especially in between the tackles, there's just a whole lot of traffic in there. Second down and 10. Deathridge back, has protection. Now it's breaking down. Able to scramble away. Now he's going to run. Deathridge inside the 30 and down to about the 27-yard line. So he made a nice play there with the scramble down. Dan making something out of nothing.
3, Garrett Deathridge.
And he's not the fastest guy, but he's big. He's a lot bigger than you might imagine, bigger than Jackson.
Mustangs.
And at that time he showed pretty decent speed, though, to get there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, scramble worth 7 there. Boy, hard count. It nearly had the defense jumping, and I think they might have gotten back, and the offense jumped.
I never liked that rule. I think if you come across and make the other team start, it should just be blow it dead. You did it, we did it. Why is it the offense's fault? Because your defensive end is 3 yards in the backfield.
If he makes contact with an offensive lineman, it would be against the defense.
I still don't like the call, Tony. Even though I like your explanation.
So that's going to back them up 5. So instead of 3 yards to go, now they're 8 yards to go. Third down here. Deathridge looking, has time, steps up. Now he fakes. Now he's running. 25, 20. Stiff arm goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line or right at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down for LMC.
Showing a little wrinkle that we probably didn't expect to see as they've gained 25 yards on this drive by him scrambling.
Kind of reminds me of what John Facenda used to say in those NFL films when the quarterback's running, a little salty dog.
A salty dog, yeah. Procol Harum sang that song back in the 60s.
First out of 10 here for LMC. Lining up at the 20-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout here. It comes with 5:18 to go here in this first half. A 21-0 Lions lead, but the LMC Mustangs on the move. We'll be back to Pittsburgh in just a moment.
Are you ready to play a vital role in your community and help those in critical moments? Then your career begins at Los Medanos College. Scan the QR code and unlock your potential with a hands-on program that will excite, challenge, and prepare you for your future as an emergency medical technician. EMTs are in demand, and most students are hired immediately upon certification. Take the next step and make an impact on the lives in your community. Register, train, and unlock your future today at Los Medanos College.
First down at 10. Hands off up the middle and some good yardage there. And on the carry that time, number 34, Jordan Barbadillo.
Number 34, Jordan
They're starting to get a little bit more
number 52,
in the running game. Still nothing really breaking through other than the 2 quarterback scrambles.
Second down, Mustangs.
Once again, their defense now on the field for a number of minutes. And one thing we haven't mentioned, Tony, is the artificial turf. You know, that can increase the temperature on the field.
Oh, it gets hotter, absolutely. So Barbadillo with that last run. He usually splits time with Zeke Barber. Haven't seen too much of Zeke. And Zeke Barber was all conference in 22. He was the leading rusher that year for the team. And Deathridge has a man. It's Knoll. He's going to turn the corner, get inside the 5. That'll be another first down for LMC. And it's a first and goal Mustang.
I love that play, Tony. And a little play action on that one.
Number 34, Jonathan.
You bring your running back out underneath the coverage and right off the line. And nice little pass that time. And LMC's finally in an area where they could put some points on the board.
Yeah, trying to complete what would be a 70-yard touchdown drive, but still some more to go. Nice cut back to the inside, getting close to the goal line. Going to mark this down at about the 2 and bring up second down and goal here for LMC.
Placed out by number 34, Jonathan Andrade.
We haven't mentioned De Anza's head coach, Joe D'Agostino. He also is their offensive coordinator.
Having a very good year. Pitch back, cut back to the inside, but still not able to get to the end zone. Couple of tacklers there making the stop. Among them, number 6, Hosea Addison out of St. Francis.
And he made a good cut across, good pursuit that time to bring Barbadillo down.
Third down, Mustang.
I would say they're in 4-down territory.
I would think so. And Barbadillo made that nice cut back to the inside, but a couple of white shirts there to get him. And really no gain on the play. Third down and goal, but I would think, Dan, you're right. 2 plays to get the necessary yardage. Deathridge throws, corner of the end zone, way too far. Even when that came out of his hands, Dan, you could tell that one didn't have a chance.
Well, there was good underneath and backside coverage on that on both wide receivers. One thing I don't like to do, or I wouldn't want to do if I was running a play like that, is send 2 wide receivers into the same area.
Never want to do that.
Because then you have 2 defense.
Well, one defender
players.
can cover 2 guys now.
Especially when you're in the corner of the end zone like that.
Reminds me of basketball when they always remind you spacing.
I knew a different kind of spacing back in the day, Tony. It wasn't on the basketball court.
Nope. The lone sec bat behind Deathridge, sending a man in motion to the far side. And he's going to roll out. Here comes the rush. Throws for the end zone. Back end line. Incomplete. Well, that was a 4th down play, and they don't get it. They turn the ball over here on downs, and the Lions offense coming back out on the field.
So they gained 68 yards and are not able to get those last 2, which oftentimes are the toughest. Where was the tush push there, Tony? I mean, that's a popular thing nowadays.
And for a while, Philly was like 80 for 80 doing it. Nobody could stop it. But then I started seeing where they got stopped a couple of times.
Play starts at the 3-yard line. 1st down, Mountain Lions.
So the Lions going to take over at their own 3-yard line. But that was a situation really to cut this 3-score lead to a 2-score lead, but unable to do so. And the defense by the Lions, getting them stopped again. Going up the middle, creating some room, getting out across the 5 to about the 9-yard line. That's about a 6-yard gain on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Elijah Hadley.
Hadley once again, he's got the bulk of the carries today for Anza. In Cupertino, by the way, Tony.
Down, Mountain Lions.
You don't think about Cupertino that much. It's down there on that side with the Mountain View and Los Gatos and Cupertino. I just go to the Shark Tank.
San Jose way.
Yes.
2nd down at 6. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Boy, and Jackson nearly got it. I think he did get the Mustangs to jump. Let's see.
This is the 2-minute timeout. This is a 60-second timeout.
Now remember, in college, there's no 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute timeout.
Oh.
That's a new rule in college this year.
Because I was just thinking, wait, there's no 2-minute warning in college.
I wonder when the colleges are going to go to the kickoff rule. You know, the new NFL kickoff rule.
Which just says, why don't you guys just start at the 20?
What? 25.
Something.
Start the 25.
It's so academic, Dan. What is it, 98% of the time you're going to start with a touchback? So for LMC, they've had the ball 4 times, couple of punts. They've lost it on downs. And in the middle of that, it was the Greeley interception return for a touchdown.
By the way, Tony, I was talking about Lester Connor, who played here. Great team that year. I actually got to cover some of those games. Kenny Traps was a great player here at Pittsburgh back in those days. And Connor played for 7 NBA teams after he left the Warriors. He played for Houston, New Jersey, Milwaukee. I think I wrote Milwaukee twice, maybe only.
Well, 2 different stints, maybe.
He might have. Indianapolis.
Totaling up the frequent flyer miles.
And he finished with the Lakers. He was a great player. He averaged 25.7 a game here at LMC.
And just to make it all the way to the NBA and to last that long. Not too many guys get to do it. All right, 2 minutes to go here for the Lions. They still have time to mount a drive. Jackson back, throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open at the 25. Tries to spin away from a defender. Gets a couple of yards after that. But that is going to be a 1st down. And that will stop the clock until they get the ball spotted.
Number 28, Simeon Weidermeyer.
This guy's kind of a magician. You know, he kind of makes something out of nothing. That time it looked like he was running for his life back there. He might have got sacked and stopped and looked. And he's not the biggest guy. So for him to find a receiver 20 yards down the field in all that mess after the play starts.
And that was Evans again, Evans Murray, number 17. And Elijah able to make that catch, and boy, Dan, he was wide open. The pass was a little bit high, but there was some chaos, back there in the pocket. But if that ball's a little lower, he has a real chance to run after the catch.
And if you're keying on the other two, Dawkins and Wright, who have made a lot of catches out here tonight, and that third guy gets loose, and they actually run 4 wide receivers, so they're not using a tight end. Typical spread type offense that's very popular nowadays.
All right, after I guess you could call it the 2-minute warning, the 2-minute timeout, as they say. And a low snap. Jackson handles it, sets up, throws deep down the field. He's got a man, and just a little bit too long inside the 20-yard line, looking for Akeem Wright, and he started racing past the defenders. And he's one of those guys. If he's even, he's leaving, and he was on that last play.
Very fast.
Didn't look like he was open initially, Dan, but then as the ball started to arrive, he started to pull ahead of the defenders, and really kind of a break there for LMC.
Well, they can take their shots now, Tony. They have a 3-touchdown lead, only a minute 43 left in the first half. And you can throw a pass like that on first down. As a matter of fact, I oftentimes wonder why that isn't done more often at other levels. Just 1st and 10 from the 40. Is there another penalty? Timeout?
Timeout, De Anza.
De Anza called timeout.
Final timeout.
So De Anza will use their 3rd timeout, their last of this half. They got a minute 43 to go. And Coach D'Agostino and his offense will talk things over, but it's been a big first half for the Mountain Lions. They lead it by 3 touchdowns.
I still want to know when they became the Mountain Lions. I mean, we have to do some. Do we have any researchers in the truck that can look that stuff up?
I've heard of De Anza before, did some of those Contra Costa games, and I have never heard or seen Mountain Lions on any of their gear.
Well, you can look across the field and see they've got their umbrellas, and see it looks like a little lion cub as opposed to a lion, and then a mountain lion. By the way, maybe they messed it up because there's been mountain lions sighted in Antioch the last couple of
days. I've heard about that. Here, kitty.
Yeah. Go go back to the mountain.
All right, the Lions operated for about their 38-yard line. And here's Antavius directing traffic here. Wants the guys to move around here. He's got Hakeem Wright now here flanked to the near side. Jackson back and fakes, looking to go down the sideline, throws, and this ball knocked away. Oh, and a violent knockdown there by number 18 of the Mustangs, Nick Fasshauer, also a wide receiver from Cal High School in San Ramon. Boy, he batted that one down. Looked like a spike in volleyball.
Yeah, he came across safety. And that's what your safety has to do, Tony. He has to come across like that on a pass. That pass was a little up there for a while. It wasn't a line drive type of pass.
I'm thinking that might have been number 19, Sergio Andrade. Got his jersey kind of bunched up there, and I'm not sure whether it's a 9 or an 8.
Can we get someone to go down there at halftime and tell the players to unbunch their jerseys?
Oh, that one rolls up to Jackson. He handles it like a shortstop, completes the pass to the outside, and it's a big play up the far sideline, and that's going to be a first down for the Lions. And boy, what a grab by Jackson. That ball was rolling up there, Dan. That had disaster written all over it and a huge break for LMC. But Jackson just very nonchalantly picks up the roll and completes it out to the back, coming out of the backfield for a big play.
That was Isaiah Evans, number 28, who made that play. First time we've called his name today.
So on the Mustang side of the field now, at the Mustang 41, still a minute 28, no timeouts, but still plenty of time for this drive. Boy, this snap gets away. Jackson's just going to sit on it. and they're going to lose several yards all the way back to the other side of the field inside their 47-yard line, and we've got an injured Lion. Looked like number 54 was hobbling there.
Peyton Anderson, number 54.
Looks like, yeah, he's going to come off the field now. And when you are injured, you got to come off for at least one play.
Kind of weird, though, to have an injury on a play where the ball was hiked onto the ground. And one thing I haven't been able to figure out yet, although it's probably you have to tackle him. In high school, when you go down, you're down at that spot. And as you move up the ladder, they make it you have to be touched on the ground.
So they lose a couple of yards on that play. Going to call it 2nd down and 11. Good snap this time. Here's Jackson. Plenty of time. Rolling out here to the near side. He's got a blocker in front. Tries to turn the corner. Uses the straight arm. And he's going to pick up about 3. That'll leave a 3rd down and long situation here for the Mountain Lions.
It's good coverage that time by the LMC defensive backfield. I kept pointing to Tony as a guy would break open, and boom, he was immediately covered. Boom, immediately covered. Jackson, one thing I like about him is his patience. Like on that previous play on the fumble, he just dove on it. It's like, we still got the ball. We can do something here. That time, no one was there. Gain 4 yards, get out of bounds, we'll go again.
Yeah, the decision-making, such a key at the quarterback position. Here's Jackson back to pass. Got time. Throws. He's got a man on the outside. It's right. He's going to step out of bounds as he gets inside the LMC 35 to the 34. That'll be a 1st down. Move the chains and stop the clock. And here come the Lions driving again.
Hold on. Is it 1st down? No, it's 4th down.
Oh, pardon me. It is 4th down. I looked like the sticks were further back there.
Yeah, remember they had that big loss on the fumble.
That's right. So it's going to be 4th down here, and they need about 2 yards here for the 1st down. Let's see. Now the sticks say 4th down. The scoreboard says 3rd down. So we'll go with the chain gang here. 4th down and 2. Jackson back under some pressure, and down he goes. And on the sack, Prince Amajoyi, the 6'2" linebacker out of Hercules. His hometown is Berkeley, and he comes up with a huge play on 4th down. So they get the stop there, and 42 seconds here, Dan, with some pretty good field positions. You might take a couple of shots down the field here.
For a turnover on
you might.
1st down.
I think I'm going to the locker room.
Because they're going to start from their own 41 here, Dan, and I'm not sure if they've used any timeouts or
Well,
not.
You've got to remember, too, Deanza gets the ball, so maybe this is you might want to take a few shots here.
You certainly have time. Here
He's
comes the
like
rush under pressure, and down he goes. Deathridge, not a whole lot of time to maneuver, and big number 90, Andrew Rubottom, able to get him out of Milford Mill Academy.
Timeout, Los Medanos. That's their 1st timeout of the half.
So Los Medanos will take timeout. It's a big loss on the play. They've got 2 left in just 33 and a half seconds. And now the line of scrimmage is going to be the 35. And they're going to need about 16 here for a 1st down.
It's interesting, Tony. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but it's supposed to be 97 degrees tomorrow in Santa Clara for the 49er Cardinal game.
And I heard something where that was the hottest starting time for a 49er game in their history.
Yes.
That's pretty hot because...
That's very hot, especially in that place.
They've been playing since, just after the Second World War?
1946.
Wow.
That was 1 year after the Second World War. Just
Very good,
just
Dan.
Want to make sure. I did go to school back over here.
You took history over here, apparently. Deathridge throws, got a man out to the near side here, and going to be across the 40, out of bounds. And that is going to be Marquise Singleton.
Marquise Singleton, Jr.
So he's got some yards here. I'm going to call it 3rd down. Just out across the 40 to about the LMC 41. Just 29 seconds to go, but I believe they do have a couple of timeouts. The scoreboard says 3 timeouts for each team, and I don't believe that's correct. And Deathridge hit as he throws, and this ball is going to be incomplete. And boy, big bunt number 90 getting a good rush there again. Rue Bottom, 6'2", 260 pounds, coming around that offensive right side, and he's been a problem on this drive.
He has. Shipe, the offensive coordinator, and we have neglected to mention Darren Freeman, Sean Timms, Nico Ariano.
You keep saying my son wrong. My son's name wrong. It's Marquise. Marquise, not Marquez. Marquise. Y'all been saying that over and over again. So make sure you say Marquise.
All right, 4th down and 10, and whistles blow this play dead.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
This penalty is going to go against LMC. Back there above 5. Just 22.8 to go here in this first half. And they're going to be forced to punt it away here. It's 4th down and very long here for the Mustangs. And going to get back in that locker room and regroup here for the second half. So it's been a tough half here for LMC, particularly offensively, Dan. They did have that one drive, but ended up turning the ball over on downs. And of course, they gave up the interception return for a touchdown, picked off by Greeley, who returned it for 40 yards on the TD.
24 seconds.
Probably the biggest play of the game. It turned the momentum totally around. And then, of course, the second biggest, the stop on 4th down.
And whistle stopped this play dead. And it's taken quite a long time to get this punt off.
Yeah, there were, I think there was a minute left in the second quarter about a half hour ago.
Thanks. You will too, it'll be great. I'm so sorry again.
And the punt is away, high end over end kick. This is going to hit at about the 36 and take a sideways bounce and lay to rest. They're at about the 27-yard line, or make that the 30. It's near the 35. Actually going to spot this one about the 33. 12 seconds to go.
Was somebody injured?
And we do have an injury on the field. It looks like a lion back up near midfield.
One thing I noticed on the punt, Tony, if you noted, Deanza's punter tends to kick the ball really high in his his front step, which is something I'd want to look at if I was a special teams coach, because that's a very blockable kick. He doesn't kick. I mean, it's obviously easier to kick it lower, but he takes too much time in getting it off. So be something to look at in future weeks.
It's Arias Ahmed, number 18, injured on the play out of Wilcox.
Wilcox and San Jose. Hopefully they'll just take a knee, Tony. 12 seconds.
Well, you would think so. Not a whole lot of time. No timeouts left. And they are in that kneel formation. And that will do it for the first half. A big first half for the visiting Deanza Mountain Lions. They lead it 21-0. Come on back for the second half right here from LMC in Pittsburgh.
I came to Los Medanos College in 1988 to participate in the criminal justice training program. I served 29 years at the Concord Police Department, The foundation is right here at Los Medanos College.
I started here in 1991, and my major was liberal arts. And I met wonderful faculty and staff that mentored me, and I want to do what you do. And that's why I wanted to work here.
My entire family was part of LMC, not just me as an instructor at the campus. LMC has trained my 3 sons. They felt very nurtured, and they felt that this was where they launched.
The founders envisioned that LMC would be like nothing else. The idea behind the building was that when students or visitors would enter the campus, they would get the sense of arrival.
It looked like it had been dropped from a spaceship. And I just said to myself, yeah, I could work here.
50 years of really dedicated faculty and staff. It's their commitment to be here and put their best foot forward every year because they really believe that students are worth serving.
Together, we make a difference in the lives of our students, not only today, but for years to come.
It's not all about teaching students to make a living, it's teaching them how to live. What's important in life? What do you want to do with yourself? And so what we do as educators is help people answer those big questions and then also give them some skills that they can pay the rent while they're figuring the rest out.
A lot of these people here are first-generation college students going to one of the best community colleges in the state and nation.
I am actually a mechanical engineering major.
Smart man. My major is child development with a minor in psychology. My goal with that is to be a teacher, and I wish to give back to my community that I grew up in.
LMC students, they're motivated. And then when they come back and tell us about their success, it makes you feel really good.
One of those opportunities, which has probably the most meaning for me as a faculty, is helping to develop the Umoja Scholars Program.
I was hired 30 years ago, and at the time, Los Medanos did not have any learning communities at all. And now we're really known for our learning communities. We have 5 fabulous ones, the honors program that I work with, but also MESA for STEM students, the Puente program, the Umoja program, and the Transfer Academy. Learning communities pair curriculum and support and community together.
I believe that the vision for LMC for the next 50 years really is about growth and change.
There are so many things that we won't be able to predict, but I know that we're going to be right in the middle of what that new future looks like. And I can't wait to see what that day does for us.
Happy birthday, Los Medanos. You look great. You've never looked better.
The opportunity to impact the community and to do it for 50 years. It's quite a feat. I'm just proud to be a part of this, and I want to say congratulations.
50 years, here's to 50 more. Go Mustangs.
Congratulations on 50 years.
Hi, so I'm with Marty Storty, LMC Athletic Director. I heard the word around the street is that you're the new guy on campus. So how does it feel to be celebrating your 1-year anniversary at the same time as this legendary 50th anniversary game?
Yeah, after 1 year, it's been great here. Really exciting about the anniversary. They're special. 50 years is a great accomplishment for the college. And what's been unique is I've been able to learn a lot more about the beginning of the college, how it started, the vision they had, and then history on all the buildings, something I might not have had the opportunity to learn if I wasn't here during the 50th.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. So how are you liking the team this season? Do you feel like there's a nice mix of new and seasoned players?
Yeah, we're excited about all the teams here at LMC. We have some great athletes, some dedicated coaches, and we've seen great success on and off the field. We're really committed to our academic progress, and at a community college, it's a 2-year opportunity to play, so we have a quick turnaround for a lot of our players.
That's great. So does that mean a lot of players would have the opportunity to be recruited for UCs and CSUs?
Yeah, we have a high transfer rate for 4-year colleges beyond just UCs and CSUs, but we certainly have players that go and attend those colleges and universities. But our mantra is to make sure that we succeed on the field and court and in the classroom. And with that, you have opportunities beyond community college.
All right, that's great. It sounds like the athletes have a great basis at this school. So is there anything else you wanted to say to the audience about Los Medanos College and your experiences here?
Yeah, we're building a great culture here. We've got great coaches, great student athletes. We have committed faculty and staff that are on the front lines. It's a very special place to be, and I'm really excited to be here.
All right, I'm really glad to hear that, and I'm glad you're here with us now. It's a very exciting opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
It's been a good game. I think the pick six obviously hurt LMC to make it 21-0, but I like how they went for that on fourth down. But I think they're right back in this game, got some momentum at the end of the half.
Who do you predict will win?
I mean, LMC is going to come back. It's only 3 touchdowns, so I think go 1 2-point conversion and they'll come back and they'll get the win.
That's amazing. Why are homecoming games important for community college football?
I mean, it's the first one I've been to, which I think is rare for junior colleges. So I think it brings the community together, brings some of the athletic programs together to come watch each other, which I think is really important for the camaraderie of the athletics department.
So why is it important to celebrate LMC's 50th anniversary today?
I mean, it's a big accomplishment to be around for 50 years, to see the growth of the school. We have new athletic complexes. The field is brand new. Just kind of see the trajectory of athletics here. It's just gone so far in the last 50 years.
Thank you for your time.
Tonight at a sports palace in Indianapolis, Super Bowl 46.
Under the roof at Lucas Oil Stadium, the AFC champion.
And you're going to see it right now because McCourty will go back to the safety and the dime defense now, and they bring in a couple of corners on the outside that have been cut by other teams. So let's see if Eli takes his shot at some of these outside cornerbacks.
3rd and 6. Manning hangs in the pocket, then throws, and that's going to be a first down to the Sudden Star, Victor Cruz.
If they did indeed go right after the cornerbacks on the outside, Sterling Moore, number 29, the first target. Boy, the Patriots are messed up in the secondary.
Yep, moving around, little confusion there. And Manning is able to find Cruz, and then the ball is ripped loose. If there's no whistle, it will wind up with a flag down on top of it. Sterling Moore is the guy who knocked it away, made the big play last week in the end zone.
He's scrambling around, and everybody was sitting there in his position. But here's Sterling Moore, who came up with the big play in the championship game, would have had a big one here, but the huge mistake nullifies it.
He came here when he was a kid and went to Michigan to send this one deep. Eli, he's going to launch one deep, and it's incomplete. Intended for Mario Manningham. First time he's targeted him tonight. And the rookie Sterling Moore with the coverage. First down, and now they'll kick again.
It's a great read by Eli. They ran quarters coverage. He threw the post, which is the right way to go. And I thought Manningham had a shot at that one. Let's see if he gets, Sterling Moore kind of gets his hand in there.
Penalty half the distance. That's a 1st and 12. Giants come on the blitz, and the pass is caught at the 8-yard line. Walker takes it out to the 9-yard line. 40 seconds. Brady almost goes down. Then the pass outside. That's caught by Welker. He gets taken down. He'll pick up the first down. And we'll run it back from the goal line. And Mr. Do-It-All for New England to the 21, and we check in with Michelle. 4-man rush. Pass caught at the 20, and that is Manningham, who gets decked 5 yards shy of the first down by Sterling Moore, the rookie out of SMU.
They roll back, but Sterling Moore, you remember him last week with the huge play against Lee Evans, was what looked like the game-winning touchdown catch for the Baltimore Ravens in the championship game. But it was Moore that stripped it out of there, and he has continued to play well.
16 straight. 3rd and 8. Nowhere to go.
He fades his deep routes, and when he does that, he leaves Eli nowhere to throw the ball. He's got plenty of room. Inside technique by Moore, but watch how he goes straight to the sideline. And by doing that, he drives himself out of bounds.
Four-man rush. And
that's interference.
Is there a flag on it? It's incomplete for Manningham. Hit by Moore. Coughlin is crazy.
Let's take a look.
Reaching for the ball. Has his left hand on the left shoulder. So a huge non-call. Four-man rush. Eli throwing into traffic on the sideline. They're going to rule it a catch by Manningham. Along the sideline, they're going to spot the ball at the 50-yard line.
Let's watch his feet. Clean catch.
Manningham, that's a first down, Manningham. And he'll get taken down by Moore. Pass to the outside. Here's Manningham. And Manningham will not be able to travel very far.
Inside pressure that time forced the quick throw. Brady really had no chance, and that's Canny.
To the Giants, to the mayor and the Tisch family, you're now world champions once again. Congratulations.
Once again, the world champion New York Giants.
Interested in a career in law enforcement? Your journey begins at Los Medanos College. Scan the QR code to unlock your potential and prepare for a future career in public safety as a probation, corrections, or police officer. Take the next step and make a positive impact on the lives in your community. Register, train, and unlock your future today at Los Medanos College.
Ball spot on the 42-yard line, 1st and 10, Sean Vasquez came up clutch for LMC, breaking loose for a thrilling 58-yard run late in the fourth quarter against Mendocino College. With just 4 minutes left on the clock, Vasquez turned on the Jets, putting the Mustangs ahead by 3 points and sending the crowd into a frenzy. His explosive burst in a crucial moment shifted the momentum and showcased his game-changing ability when the stakes were highest.
Here at Pittsburgh Unified School District Transportation Department, our mission statement is every scholar, every day. They deserve nothing less than our best. We drive tomorrow's leaders to school and toward a brighter future. Let's go Mustangs!
Go big or go home.
Favor of the De Anza Lions. It is halftime here from Pittsburgh. Tough half for LMC. It was Jackson to Dawkins for a TD, Jackson to Wright for a touchdown, and then a Greeley interception return for a touchdown, and then LMC, after driving the ball 67 yards, stopped on downs. A rough half for the Mustangs. Dan Walls got the particulars.
The turnover is the big stat in that half. Tony. One turnover. Only 105 yards
Number one
for Los
ranked
Madonnas,
Alabama
a team that is
down from Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has 23, Alabama has 7.
I didn't want to interrupt
2 minutes left
that
in the second
announcement.
quarter.
Alabama's losing.
I hope you called your bookie this morning.
There's the stats right there. 105 yards for LMC, a team that averages almost 400 yards a game. And, of course, 204 for the Lions, who have now been dubbed the Mountain Lions here since the game started. 166 yards passing for Antavius Jackson. So this is simple. They got to stop them, get the ball back, and score a touchdown. You don't need much color
It's like when the
experience.
It's like when the manager gives you the 3-run homer sign.
Yeah. It's like, remember our good friend, the guy that was the announcer. What's the guy's name? Boom, bam, Madden, John Madden. He would say right now, you got to stop them, and you got to score. So we'll bring that up.
Showing some interesting things there at halftime, including, Dan, I look like some of those highlights from Super Bowl 46 when a couple of LMC grads playing in that great Super Bowl. Now that was the second one, right? That was the Mario Manningham game.
I'm confused.
Not the
David
David Tyree with the great helmet
I
catch?
can barely remember
Bart
Starr from the
second
Packers.
half.
But yeah, Sterling Moore and Dave Tollefson. Sterling Moore went to Deer Valley, and Dave Tollefson went to Ignacio Valley, and they both ended up here, and then both ended up playing in college, and then both ended up in the NFL. And both ended up in the Super Bowl.
LMC to kick it off. There's a fumble. Ball loose at about the 17. Picked up by the Lions. And going to get out across the 20 to about the 22. And the Lions set up shop there, 1st and 10 for the first possession of the third quarter.
Kickoff recovered by number 26.
Tony, another guy that played here and was a champion in professional football, but not in the Super Bowl. Can you name the game he was a champion in?
I cannot.
The Grey Cup. Troy Mills played at Winnipeg in the CFL and won the Grey Cup with Edmonton.
I can't believe I missed that one.
I'm just telling you, But yeah, he played here. I actually have a Troy Mills jersey in my closet in the Dan Wall collection.
So here's De Anza. Here comes a blitz off the offensive right side. Pass complete. Tackle broken. Turning the corner. Cross the 30. Cross the 35. And a quick hitter here to number 9, Jadahari Young, who makes a nice play for a first down.
Yeah, one of the first targets for him today. And like I said, other than what is the longest pass?
The game clock,
maybe 15 yards.
It's one of those touchdown passes. I think that second one covered the most, had the most air under it.
Well, but it was, I think, thrown from the 10. So everything is underneath, very safe. That wasn't very safe.
Another bad snap. Jackson's going to pick it up, run with it, throw. He's got a man on the sideline. He's got the catch inside the territory of the Mustangs and out of bounds at about the 46. And boy, Jackson, you talk about making something out of nothing. Looked like it was going to be a turnover. It ends up to be a big play and a first down.
Well, that was his safety valve, right? He gets out of the pocket, looks over there. No one was covering him. He was wide open. Hakeem Wright, he's caused more trouble today than Dawkins, who's if you read the stats and read the press clippings, you would think he was the guy. He's done very well, but Hakeem Wright has really caused a lot of problems for LMC's defense.
It's been a headache for the Mustangs here, and Jackson makes another good play, and now he's going to take off up the middle, and not too much yardage, about maybe 1 on that play. Call it second down and 9.
Something's wrong.
Ball ran by number 3, Antavius Jackson.
He looks okay now. His helmet came off. Another. Deanza needs a helmet coordinator is what they need.
Due to equipment issue. So Jackson's going to have to come out of the game.
They got to bring in their backup. So I think it's.
You think they're running the ball in this play?
Yeah, I think it's Tion Gardner, number 10, who we saw warming up. Unless they're going to run. Yeah, it is number 10. I was going to say they're just going to run that straight snap back to Tyson Hill offense for a play.
There's a handoff. Right up the middle they go. Getting some pretty good mileage out of that. Bowling his way across the 40. And turning that one up to about the 37-yard line of the Mustangs. Close to a Lions first down.
It was actually Matt Mitchell who came in for that one play. And Jackson's back in. I don't know. Jackson looked hurt on that previous play when he first got up. Maybe it was just the fact that he lost his helmet. But he got up and he's back. And now if helmet coming off counted, it'd be 21-21.
And sportsmanlike penalties and helmets coming off today. Here's a run over the right side, bowling his way through, down inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. That'll be a Lions first down.
Number 29, Lammy Constant, tackled by number 10, Alvanti Gallen.
So Constant with the run there, and even running into bodies there, still able to make a very good play.
Yeah, and Murray ended up with the ball.
And we've got another guest here to join us. Going to be Pamela Ralston here at the LMC homecoming game, marking the 50th anniversary of Los Medanos College. And handoff going left side, trying to turn the corner, and does, and picks up another Lions first down. And joined again here by Pamela Ralston. For 50 years, Los Medanos College has been at the forefront of helping people achieve their dream, whether it's getting on the path to pursuing degrees or launching well-paid careers in fields of critical importance to our region. Pamela, welcome to the broadcast.
Great. Glad to be here.
So tell us about this 50th anniversary and all that's gone into this.
Well, Los Medanos College is the youngest college in Contra Costa County's district, and we're thrilled to be here celebrating 50 years and recognizing the value and importance that we play in our community, and being able to do it by rooting on the Mustangs on one of the hottest days of the year.
And that's the Lions into the end zone. Apparently no signal yet. And now we have flags flying, and we've got some things to sort out here. So besides today's homecoming game and the party we saw earlier today, how else is LMC making this anniversary?
Well, we've been using it to help prop up an incredible foundation that makes sure that we have additional support for all of our students. So the Los Medanos College Foundation is running a 50 for 50 campaign this year. And you can go to our website, losmedanoscollege.edu, and be able to check out how to give.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 1.
And we're really excited about that, so people can donate $50 once. They could do $50 a month. They could do 50 times 50, bring us in a big cash. And of course, if there's anybody interested in doing a lot of big work, they could do 50 times 1,000.
And Lions going over the Goal line, I think, no signal just yet. I think they're going to mark them just a bit short. So are you a big sports fan?
I am. I'm a huge LMC Mustangs fan, and I'm thrilled to be able to be out today supporting our scholar athletes and helping work with the college that makes sure that they see not only their athletic future, but their scholastic future. And we transfer a lot of these young people off to the next big part of their lives.
That's what it's all about, getting to that next level. So also some other good teams here at LMC. Tell me about little women's soccer and baseball having some success as well.
Right. We've got 2 incredible teams playing this season. Women's soccer, men's baseball. We've got a historic set of wins behind us, and we're looking forward to finishing off our seasons really strong.
Now, I've got some notes here that says that you were an athlete too, and a skier?
Well, I'm a Northwesterner, and so I grew up loving skiing. So it's a little bit harder now that I'm down here, but it always keeps it alive.
Not a lot of ski resorts open near us today.
3.5 hours away, not that far.
It's nice to remember that kind of cold, though.
And looks like Jackson's going to be pushed into the end zone. Flags fly, and more stuff to sort out.
Start. Offense number 71 was not set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So thanks so much, Pamela, for coming by. And anything else you want to say?
Well, I just want to say go Mustangs. And I'll tell you, we're so happy to have you two here helping make our day work. So thanks a lot.
We're happy to be here, too. Pamela Ralston, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's the last time anyone's thanked me for being anywhere in about 20 years.
Well, we're glad that you're here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, the Lions going right down the field here. Looking to score touchdown number 4. Here's Jackson, swings it out a little too far. Looks like he was trying to get the ball to number 29, Larry Constant, and just overthrew him a little bit.
You know, Larry's one of those guys, if he gets the ball a lot, he'll be a constant threat. I knew you'd enjoy that one, Tony.
Boy, Dan, I tell you, I don't want to encourage that sort of thing.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to encourage it either, but you know.
Here, Jackson, handoff, Constant caught in the backfield and dropped. Nice penetration by the defense. William Baldwin, the safety out of Freedom over there in Oakley. So one of the local guys comes up and makes a play.
And number 10, Alvanti Gallen.
This last 6 or 7 plays, it was good to have a guest because everything on the field was a total mess. Offsides, procedure, face mask, didn't get in, didn't cross the line, not set.
Here's Jackson looking, now rolling, throws for the end zone, and this one is caught for the touchdown, and the Lions score again. And this time it's number 17, Elijah Evans Murray, and we've called his name a few times here today, Dan, and now he's in the end zone.
Mountain Lions.
Well, you can just see after this first 35 minutes of play, Tony, these guys have a lot of weapons. And they're after this game, if it continues this way, they're going to get some consideration in the top 25 of this state, depending on what happens elsewhere today.
Right now, Dan, still 9:41 to go in this game, so a lot of time. But the Mustangs have got to get it in gear here because right now the route is on. Snap, spot, kick, hole it. It is good. Knocked through by number 36, Tim Blackmore. He's 4 for 4 on the point afters. And with 9:41 to go, it's a 28-0 De Anza lead.
You know, Tony, we talked about the 4 or 5 guys. By no means is there only been 5 great athletes here. But you probably don't have enough time to talk about everyone. That's why we focused on the ones that we have. But there's been some, Van Boschetti was the coach here for a lengthy amount of time, and he did well. And one of the original football coaches here, Don Catanasso, was tragically killed in an accident back when we were in school. But he was a big, tough guy, taught weight training. Actually got me up to lift about 250 pounds. If you can believe that. I have a hard time lifting a beer, but I still try.
Were 2 guys helping you?
No, 3. But actually, he was a fun guy. He was one of those big, loud, gregarious coaches. And Tom Strain was the baseball coach here when I was here. Marv McKean also was the football coach here. And Marv was a really good guy.
Here's Blackmore to kick off. Chance at a return here, taken at the 5. Cross the 10, 15, 20, 25. Cuts back up the middle. Cross the 30 to about the 31. 21 yards on that return for Los Medanos College. They'll set up shop first and 10.
12, Kanye Henry.
And now, Tony, it comes down to we need to do something positive. We might not be able to come back in this game. 28 points is a lot. They're going to need some help. They're going to need a turnover. But it would just be nice to get some positive drives going into. You still have 5 games to play.
First down, Mustangs.
Wind's starting to kick up here a little bit. My papers are flying. All right, Deathridge, hands off, going up the middle, just a couple of yards again. So a short run there. And that is Jordan Barbadillo again.
Number 34, Jonathan Andrade.
You see, they're going to a hurry up now.
You got to figure that's the right thing to do here, needing 4 touchdowns. Deathridge in that shotgun. Here comes the rush. Throws deep down the field in double coverage and nearly intercepted. Ball goes out of bounds. And boy, that was nearly picked off by Tion Gardner, number 10, as the pass was intended for Kalani Sandoval out of Benicia High School. But that time that ball kind of floated up there, Dan, and the safety was over there as well as the cornerback and very well covered by the Lions.
Yeah, the safety made a nice play there. And every time he's thrown a deep ball, there has seemed to be 2 guys there double coverage for the Lions.
Second down, Barbadillo, there's a fake to him. This one is going to hit the defender. And right on the arm, it hits number 12, Kanye Henry, who is right in the hip pocket of the intended receiver.
Fourth down.
And that is going to bring up 4th down and a punting situation here for LMC.
See, as I said, they're just really not anything positive coming out of this game so far for LMC, unfortunately.
So LMC coming in at 3-1, beat Cabrillo 31-16. They led that game 24-7 in the third. Their only loss was to Monterey Peninsula 44-26. That game was tied at 20-20 in the third quarter, but an interception return and a field goal helped Monterey Peninsula pull away there. Here's the punt, and it takes a long time to get that ball off the foot. That ball is going to hit at about the 40-yard line, exit stage right, out of bounds at the 40, and here comes that De Anza offense again.
Don't forget to head
Tony,
down
I'd like
our
to say
concession
hello
stand
to
before
Chris
it closes.
Shipe's uncle, the legendary Jim Shipe, or as we like to call him, Jeff Bridges. Because until I see him in a photo with Jeff Bridges, I still think they're the same guy. And this is why. And I told Chris this earlier this week. The night of the Big Lebowski premiere, he wasn't at the Pitt game that night. So I'm telling you, I don't. And he was a great coach at Pittsburgh. The Shipe family, of course, great family out of Pittsburgh. His dad, Jeff, and Uncle Jay and cousin Dave, who I used to manage one of my bands. Dave played bass in.
Boy, Dawkins takes that hitch pass down the sideline, but now a couple of flags flying right here in the middle of the field. Something going on there in the interior. So we'll check the flag, and right now, team's not walking down the field, so I'm thinking this is going against the offense.
This is usually holding. That's what all the guys that make a lot of money always say. This is coming in the territory of holding, Tony.
So the Lions coming in at 4-0. They've won 3 of those games on the road. Beat Gavilan in the opener 49-14. It was 35-7 at the half. So apparently the Lions kind of used to this sort of thing.
Yeah, they've scored a lot of points, racked up a lot of yardage, 4-0, and like I said, they win this game by this amount, and they're going to get some votes in the top 25 in the state.
Play. Bolton on the offense. Holding. Offense number 9. The penalty is declined. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Offense number 64. 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
So they'll take the 15-yard penalty and back them way up. And, Dan, what LMC needs right now is a turnover.
Oh, big time, especially down here.
They need one of those snaps to go awry and for one of the red shirts to pick it up.
That might be De Anza's, other than penalties, their only real problem today was a couple of snaps that went over Jackson's head.
Out to the wide receiver, another one of those hitch passes, Dan. It's going to go across the 30, pick up some pretty decent yardage there, and Jahari Young, the wide receiver, on the catch.
Another timeout. It looks like another injured player down there. Yep.
Must be near the sideline.
I think it's number 12 for LMC. Yes, it is.
An official's timeout here. So
Daniel Evans.
Looking back at that De Anza game log, they also played Cabrillo, beat them 36-9. A couple of TD passes in that game for Jackson.
Mountain Lions.
Told you about Jackson coming in with a whole lot of points. Came into today with 13 TD passes. Jackson with time, throws for the sidelines, got a man, and a nice toe tap out there for Akeem Wright. And Akeem Wright's made a lot of plays today, including a touchdown catch.
Just too much of a cushion that time, Tony. Came out 5 yards, made the catch, gets a couple more.
That turnout to the sideline. And, of course, we've seen that if you don't make that pass with a nice zip on it, the defense could take it the other way.
Third down, Mountain Lions.
Inside, a 7.5 to go here in the third. LMC desperate to get a stop. Here's a pass, and this one going to be caught again. Young makes another catch, and it looks like he's going to have a first down. So even with that 15-yard penalty pushing the Lions back, Dan, they overcome it simply with some ease.
For first down, Mountain Lions.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they've won every single game with this same game plan, but it seems to be working out here today. Maybe it's you're trying to limit with the heat, guys running a lot, you're just going under, you're trying to find spots on the field. You don't want your wide receivers running 50 yards down the field every play. See, there's another one.
Well, Young dropped that one, and it's going to turn into an incomplete pass. I think LMC was hoping that was going to be a lateral.
Yes.
But the LMC offense just has not gotten it together. Jordan Barbadillo came in third in the league in rushing touchdowns with 4, and Danny had been averaging a little over 80 yards a game on the ground. He's not coming anywhere close to that today.
You got to give De Anza's interior line credit on defense for the stops they've made on him.
All right, Jackson on first down. Chase looking, pump fakes, gets around a defender, crosses the 40, crosses the 35, and he's going to be out of bounds with about a 14-yard gain and move the chains.
Ball ran by number 3.
And that just got to frustrate a defense so much, Dan. You look like the coverage is pretty good. You're not really able to get to the quarterback, but you're able to force him to one side, but then he just takes off and outruns the defense to the flank.
He's sneaky, Tony. He's got that little thing, that little you can see he's well versed in all the little sneaky quarterback things like that one. Throw a little fake, boom, go around the guy.
Lions on the move again. Big handoff. There's that throw to the outside. Cuts it to the inside. Another cut to the inside. Inside the 20. Inside the 15. First down, Lions. Oh, what a play. DeAndre Alvarado out of Oak Grove made that catch. And it's swing pass after swing pass after swing pass. And unfortunately for LMC, Dan, they can't come up and make that tackle.
The coverage is allowing that 3 to 4 yard pass, and then when they come up, that tackle isn't being made, and then the extra yards is being gained. I bet you he's thrown the ball about 60 yards in the air, and they've ran 300 more without it.
There it is again. Alvarado down the sideline. Looks like he's going to be very close to a first down, maybe a yard short. Bring up second down.
Pass caught by number 5.
And they haven't had to do much more than this. That's the thing. they've been able to just go, it's amazing when you think about it, because offense in most football doesn't really go by this philosophy. But if you gain 4 yards every play, you get a first down every drive.
The math works out. Jackson flips it out and then hit hard and buried. Good quick tackle, and a little upset with that. Surprised that didn't draw a flag. But coming up with that hit, very quick, Nick Fassauer. Or maybe that was Sergio again. Then we got that sort of wrinkled jersey. But it looked like
it was Andrade.
Yeah, Young did not take too kindly to that hit. It didn't look dirty. Did it look like a head-to-head to you, Dan?
No. He just wasn't happy. Sometimes I'm telling you, Tony, this is a lot simpler than some people make it out to be. He just wasn't happy he didn't get past the line of scrimmage.
Good defensive play there by LMC. Jackson back with time. End zone, end line, touchdown Lions. It's Young, and he's got the score. And the Lions in the end zone again. And this one has really gotten away from LMC. It's now 34-0.
And, it's interesting when you look at it on this. See, you got some guys cramping up now there in the back of the end zone. You look at they get down near the goal line within the 10, 15-yard line. Then they throw the ball with some air under it. He's thrown 3 passes. That was 25 yards in the air, 20 yards a gain, but 25 yards from where he threw it, and he threw a bullet right into the back of the end zone. That's where they tend to attack, but out here it's 5 yards, 6 yards. Let the guy run with the ball.
All right, here's Blackmore for another extra point. His leg's going to be more tired than Jackson's arm. Snap, spot, kick is good. And with 4:19 to go here in the third quarter, it's a 35-0 Lions lead. And Dan, one of the things that we talked about with the defensive line situation and that depth situation for the Mustangs, a lot of guys, some guys getting hurt, getting tired. They got to use some of the offensive linemen to play on the defensive line, and the pass rush just hasn't been there. But let's credit the Lions O-line with that as well.
Absolutely. Well, it's a double whammy when you have a decent pass rush and you can't get to the quarterback, and then when you do get to the quarterback, he escapes every time. They have had a couple of sacks, but nothing major. They were 4 or 5 yard sacks.
And it's really hard to get a sack when he gets rid of the ball in 1.5 seconds. And like you said, it's so much that short stuff. You just got to get your arms up there as a defensive lineman and hope you can, take away a throwing lane.
And where they throw the ball a lot of times to the sideline, you got to rely on your defensive ends.
Roy Blackmore with a good leg there. That'll go into the end zone, and the Mustangs will get it again here. 4:19 to go here in the third quarter, and they'll have it following the touchback of the 20-yard line.
Do you know what college Chris Shipe went to?
Kick results in a touchback for first down.
Did you get that on your Humboldt State? Up north.
Throw to the sideline, complete, cross the 30, 35 to about the 36. 11 yards and a first down here for the Mustangs as they move the chains. 11. And on that catch, number 11, Simba Dembuaya, the wide receiver from Tomball Memorial in Cypress, Texas. Last name spelled Dumbuya. And I'm pronouncing it Dembuaya.
I'm glad you did that one, Tony.
First down, Bardillo breaking it to the outside, and he's going to be dragged down by that backside defensive end, and that's number 90 again, Rue Bottom, and he's made a couple of plays here today, and that time after the bounce out, Dan, he was able to turn around and catch him from the backside.
Yeah, he's got some speed coming from that far side. He's lined up on the left end right now.
Like a stand-up defensive end, and here's a throw. This one into the ground, a dirt ball there No chance at a completion that time, and that'll bring up third down.
You know, now watching that play compared to what De Anza does is the pattern was cut off about 8 yards down the field, whereas De Anza doesn't go that far. They only go about 4 yards down. The pass is there, and then they gain the yardage after. So something to watch here as LMC moves the ball down the field.
So Mustangs that won some awards last year. All Pac-7 conference. Here's Deathridge throws and hit as he throws. This ball wobbling there toward the sideline. And third time he's been hit as he's thrown the ball. And that one came out ugly.
Fourth down, Mustangs.
So that'll bring up fourth down, and the Mustangs forced to punt yet again. And some of those all-conference awards, Marquez Singleton got that last year. Wide receiver and all-purpose. He was a unanimous selection. But others, Brendan Bush, the quarterback, Alex Bush, wide receiver, John Rigow, Christian Merriman, among others. So a lot of Mustangs from last year celebrated as all Pac-7. Here is the punt. And over and coming to about the 35. And we'll be down inside that 35 at about the 34, and that's where the Lions will set up shop again here. 3:06 to go in this third quarter.
You mentioned Brendan Burke. He was all-state as well as Marquise Singleton.
A lot of good players and still a lot of time left in this season.
32-yard line, first down, Mountain Lions.
Still going to be above water here even with the likely loss today. And for Los Medanos on the 12th, they'll host Redwoods. There's another broken tackle out across the 35 to about the 37. Picks up about 5 yards on the play, and it'll bring up second down, and we've got an injured Mustang on the field.
You know, one thing that's kind of sad when you look at their schedule is they don't play DVC. They're not even in the same league. I don't know if that has something to do.
Don't play Contra Costa either.
Yeah, it's very strange because when LMC played DVC in the good old days, there was a lot of people here. It was a big game. Now, I know it has probably to do with student population, enrollment, but still you could play them in a preseason game.
You would think. I mean, it just, you look at some of the road trips that they make, Cupertino not that far away, but Yuba's pretty far away.
Well, they got to go to Salinas and Hollister and Coalinga. And
you got Siskiyous, Redwoods, Chabot. Chabot's pretty close over there in Oakland. Still tending to that injured Mustang.
It's just interesting that you don't get to play a chief rival. Kind of like what is going on with the 942 college conferences that we have now.
Yeah, with teams just all over the place.
Well, you mentioned the Pac-7. This is called the Pac-7, and then there was the Pac-12, and then there was the Pac-2, and now it's the Pac-8, which could be the Pac-9. Yeah, we're going to go to a commercial. We'll be back after this.
My future is keeping us healthy.
My future is preserving peace.
Take charge of your future with more than 90 programs and free tuition for full-time students. At Los Medanos College, the future is ours. Start now at losmedanos.edu.
My future is in healthcare.
Mine is by design.
I'm literally building my future.
With more than 90 programs.
And free tuition for full-time students.
The future is ours at LMC.
All right, following that injury to Javion Smith from Antioch High School, we resume play. And here is De Anza trying to go up the middle. Not a whole lot of room. Kenny Chow, number 35, or actually number 33, excuse me, That is Elijah Hadley
By number 12
for the
Daniel
short gain. And it has been all De Anza all afternoon. They lead it 35-0.
Yeah, there's never been a point in this game where you thought they were out of control of it. They basically went down the field, stopped LMC a couple times, intercepted the pass, and there's really been nothing in the second half to turn the tide in the Mustangs. Here's another 4-yard pass that got them 9 yards. And it's Wright again.
Akeem Wright again. Boy, he has been very busy. But that formula has remained the same, Dan, with those short passes. And it's been very effective. And they've got some of those going down the sidelines as well. It's really with the touchdown passes that they've gone a little bit deeper.
First down, Mountain Lions.
So the Lions will get Yuba. You're going to get a week off. And then on the 19th, they'll play up there. Actually, they'll host them. That'll be in Cupertino. Looks like Hadley again cuts back. Gets inside the 45 and finally dragged down there. It looks like number 8 on that tackle, Prince Amajoyi. Amajoyi out of Hercules.
That's about as close as you're going to get with that one, Tony.
So funny because sometimes even the coaches don't know exactly how to pronounce it.
I've had coaches tell me that. Go ask him before the game.
You pronounce it so many different ways, you think there's 2 or 3 people. Here's Jackson scrambling, and boy, somehow making the shoestring catch inside the 40. That's going to be good, and right near the yard to gain for the first down. If they didn't know it, they did get it. First down for the Lions. Boy, nice grab out there.
For first down, Mountain Lions.
Gamal Dorisonville able to make that catch. Looked like that ball was going to skip off the turf, and he was able to get his hands under it for the catch. To the outside here again, and stretching forward to the 35-yard line to make it about a 3-yard gain there. And a good second effort there. Would have been a very short gain. Still not a big gain, but that will do it for the third quarter. After 3 full, 35-0 in favor of De Anza. Come on back, fourth quarter coming up from Pittsburgh.
Christopher Nelson was an absolute force on the Mustangs' defense, consistently punishing opponents with his elite agility and lightning-quick reactions. Standing head and shoulders above the competition, he used his incredible reach to dominate in one-on-one matchups, making it nearly impossible for ball carriers to escape his grasp. When offensive players collided with number 55, it was like slamming into a brick wall. Momentum stopped, and the play ended right there. Nelson was the definition of a game changer on defense.
Mi futuro es cuidar de nuestra salud.
Mi futuro es mantener la tranquilidad.
Asegura tu futuro con más de 90 programas y matrícula gratis para los que estudian tiempo completo. En Los Medanos College, el futuro es nuestro. Empieza hoy en losmedanos.edu.
From the campus of Los Medanos College, we empower students in academic and career success. The future is ours. Go Mustangs!
Go big or go home.
taking that ball down to the 1. Aiden Butler on the reception. And Dan, you talk about the short pass. There was a longer one right there. And right now the Lions about to punch it in. I've joined with Katie Berryhill. Katie, an astronomy professor and director of the LMC Planetarium. Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, so we have a planetarium. It's kind of rare. Not many schools have them, but all 3 schools in our district do. And all of our classes here at LMC are taught in there, so students get a 3D view of the night sky.
Ooh.
And they can simulate moon phases and all sorts of things. So
touchdown here for the Lions. That is their 6th of the game as they expand their lead. Please continue.
So with the star projector, we can simulate the nighttime sky from any place on Earth, from any time on Earth. And so it's kind of an immersive way of viewing astronomy. It's 50 years old. It's built the same year as the college. And about 20 years ago, it got a big upgrade thanks to the community. And in January, we're getting a little upgrade. So
can you name all the constellations?
All the northern ones, anyway.
I just know Big Dipper, Little Dipper, and Orion. That's the one.
That's a great start.
Yeah. I actually took that class when I was here in 1979. People have always accused me of being lost in space.
And the kick is good.
So your shirt says Student Athlete Academy. What's that?
So I'm part of a new LMC learning community called the Student Athlete Academy. It's a pilot program at the moment to make sure that student athletes get the best educational experience possible. So it's the newest learning community, but we actually have 5 others. We have the Honors, Puente, Umoja, Transfer Academy, and Mesa for STEM majors. And so it involves a collection of general education requirements taught by faculty who have a special interest in teaching student athletes, and they're all scheduled to align with their practice and game schedule so they don't miss class.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, student athlete, that really is, it goes together. Yeah,
absolutely.
Outside of LMC, are there other places you share your astronomy expertise in the community?
For many years, I've been a NASA Solar System Ambassador. It's a volunteer program that helps NASA with their requirement for public education and outreach to share their discoveries. And I do a variety of programs at local libraries, presentations, family programs, such as for the last spring's solar eclipse, letting people know how to view and what to expect. And I've also done public lectures about various NASA missions.
I've heard of Halley's Comet. That's what I know.
I've heard of Fraley's Comet, but that's
it came by in 1986 last.
And it's due again when?
76 years after that. But we have one in the sky right now.
That's one of the things I always hear about. And the eclipse, is it true you can't look at it?
The only time you can look at a solar eclipse is during the few minutes of totality. If there's any bit of the sun poking out from behind the moon, it is not safe to look at with unprotected eyes.
Katie, thank you very much for stopping by. Katie Berryhill with LMC. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, back to football action here. And right now, LMC trying to put some cosmetic surgery on this one, Dan. And I guess maybe get a little momentum going into next week.
Don't they have a bye next week, or is that De Anza?
I thought that was De Anza.
Okay. Yeah, you need something to take into the locker room after this game, because so far there hasn't been much.
Yeah, on the 12th, Los Medanos will take on Redwoods. The 19th, they'll be at Siskiyous. And it is the Lions, I believe, looking at a bye here coming up next week. And to get to the outside here, pushed out of bounds as we tick down to the 13-11 mark of this fourth quarter. Anthony Schultzel and Dan Wall with you. And Dan, it's been a while since we've done this together.
Well, I actually retired, Tony, and you guys drug me back out of retirement. I felt like I was in The Godfather.
Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. There's a gain getting up to about the 36-yard line.
Ball in by number 34. Jordan
Last week it was a victory over Coalinga for De Anza. They won that game 37-24. That was one of their only close games of the year. I mean, look at some of these final scores here, Dan. Here's Deathridge looking for room. Throws for the sideline. Too high. Looking for Marquise Singleton. And he needed a pogo stick to get that one.
Yeah, that seems to be a bit of a problem for them. Just about every time he's aimed sideline, the ball is kind of drifted on him out and above his receiver. So that always reminds me of Colin Kaepernick. If you remember, when Colin Kaepernick was always great when he was running, even passing. But when he stood in the pocket and threw, the ball just soared.
It's funny because
number 18 in the offense was covered up. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
A penalty. He'll get second down over again. Looking at that win over Coalinga by the Lions. And Coalinga actually led that game 17-16 at the half, but Hadley and Young both caught TD passes from Jackson. And then Antavius ran for another one, and they kind of ran away from Coalinga. Here's Deathridge, and he is caught, and he is thrown to the ground. And the tackle made by number 18. Looks like Ahmed there making the stop.
18, Anas Ahmed. Third down, Mustangs.
So Los Medanos offense coming into today's play. Over 405 yards per game. 369 yards passing, Dan, and they're not coming anywhere near that here today. So it's just a testament to how well the Lions have played, because this has been a team in the Mustangs that they've had no problem moving the ball. Average 216 yards a game on the ground and scoring 28 points a contest so far here in 24, but they've got the goose egg up there right now, and we're going down to about 11:15 to go here in the fourth. Throws over the middle, tipped and going to be incomplete. Got a receiver out there. I think he was looking for number
turnover
18. I think that is 18 this time. Nick Fasshauer, the wide receiver. And it's off his hands and incomplete.
Just
and
threw that one
coming off the field.
A little too much on that one, Tony. It was the old Doug Williams pass.
Better catch it before it
And
kills
you never know with these colors, it kind of looked like a Doug Williams pass. For those of you that don't remember, Doug Williams played for the Washington Redskins when they were the Redskins. Now they're the Commanders, and they want to change that name now, too, to the Senators or Americans. Or
they're going to change the nickname again?
That's what I heard.
Really?
The new owner doesn't like the Commanders, so he wants to.
I agree. Neither do I. What do you call them, the Commies? What nickname do you give them? What nickname do you give the nickname?
That's why you're going to want to change it.
There's a flag. Right as this pass was caught. Looking to the outside, and Tavius throws his arms out there and says, like, what?
80, Michael Valenti.
Well, Valenti making the grab, but we'll check the call.
Tyshawn Glover.
Let's see. This is one of those ones on the far sideline like that. It could be a illegal block or a
procedure.
Offense, 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
You know, one of the things I always wondered about football, because, they make it so complicated. Who cares if there's 20 people in the backfield or however many, 11 people in the backfield? Who cares?
I've always been found it very curious with that 7 men up on the line of scrimmage, because what advantage does it give you if you don't have that?
Exactly.
I mean, the first 5 guys have got to be where they're supposed to be.
Why can't you have 5 guys next to the quarterback if that's what you want to do?
Oh, Jackson getting away. Scrambles to his right, pump fakes, throws, and he's got Headley at about the 40-yard line, and he is taken down by Pris Emajoyi. The linebacker makes the stop. Big hit right there at the end of that play.
Tackled by number 9, Andrew Andrade.
And I'm just kind of wondering here, if you're D'Augusto, how long do you stay with some of these starters here, Dan? The worst thing you could see right now is one of these guys getting hurt.
I would say after this drive, Mr. Jackson needs to retire to his nice suite over there under the umbrellas.
Play action fake, throw to the outside, complete down the sideline again. Boy, Dave, they've got a lot of mileage out of those sideline passes. And unfortunately for the LMC defense, they have not been able to close quickly enough to put a stop to those rack yards.
Well, This kind of shows you the difference between, high school, JC, college, NFL. You can't throw that pass 20 times in an NFL game. It'll be stopped after the first time. But here, look at the cushion over there. He's 10 yards off the line.
Headley picking his way through, cuts back, almost breaks a tackle, but gets all the way inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. What a run by Headley.
Ball man by number 33, Elijah Headley.
And that's the one thing we really didn't anticipate in this game was their running game. Their running game has been very, very good today.
First down, Mountain Lions.
Very. Anza did come up over 402 yards of offense on the average. And scoring over 41 points a game. Yeah, this one running around that right side and out of bounds. And it looks like it's going to be number 7, Aiden Butler.
That's caught by number 7, Aiden Butler.
That's going to set up a first down and goal out of bounds here with 8:02 to go.
For first down.
At this point, Tony, it's almost like, what do you say?
Yeah, let's just.
This one didn't work.
No. Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board.
Remember that we're still having a good year. We still got a lot of good players, and there's several games left to go. Jackson, Headley over the right side, trying to turn the corner, and it's going to be closed down there pretty quickly. And running to that side from that right hash, Dan.
Another flag.
There's another flag there, but, that's a short side of the field. You can use that sideline as another defender.
Have you ever noticed the refs, like when it's holding, you kind of throw it, and when you do something else, you kind of throw it. But when it's like that, you throw it way up in the air. Like, this is not a good penalty.
A much more exaggerated motion.
At the end of the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 19, taunting. The penalty will be assessed half the distance of the ball. First down. That's number 19's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul game. The second will result in disqualification.
Kirk Mason, the referee, making that call, and that's the fourth time we've seen that penalty today?
I still don't understand how you taunt down 42.
I think it's just out of frustration and
I don't
anger.
think it's really taunting. I think it's saying something you're not supposed to say.
It's just being very disagreeable.
Yeah, I'm disagreeing with everything that's happened today.
It's been a frustrating day for LMC. Headley.
Oh, good block.
Makes another good run as he cuts it in there and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. And it just goes from bad to worse for LMC. They've been pushed around all day long.
Touchdown.
And the Lions in the end zone again.
Well, number 71, Jaden White,
number 33,
who's 6'2" and 300 pounds, Tony. So he's quite a load there on the line. He made a great block, seal block, and Headley was in for the touchdown. And this is one you just burn. So I'm telling the guys in the truck, you're just going to burn the game film because that's what the coaches for LMC are going to tell you.
We've got another kicker into the ball game here. Francisco Gamboa, and he knocks it through. And that makes it 49-0 here. 7:03 to go in the fourth.
That's a luxury some teams don't have, Tony, because remember when we were doing Najee's last couple seasons at Antioch, they didn't even kick field goals or extra points.
Well, Dan, when I talked to some of the coaches, doing all these high school and junior college games over the years, clearly the toughest thing to do is place kicking.
Oh, yeah, especially here. Although they look like they have a good one in, is it Baldwin or Blackmore?
Got a chance to see Blaine Ballard with Northgate. And he's actually made a 50-yarder in a game.
Is that Ballard's
this year.
kid?
It is.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's got a couple of kids in the program up there, but those guys can really kick. And
so what's the kicker's name you just mentioned? Ballard?
Blaine Ballard.
Blaine, and he's Ben. And what's the other kid's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say,
I think he's a freshman.
They're trying not to buy new towels is what they're doing there.
And here's the kickoff from Blackmore. That's the 30. Gets away from a defender up near the 30, I should say. They're going to sort of just short of the 30 at the 29. So LMC gets it back and trying to get that goose egg off the board before this one's over.
18,
and if you're Coach Shipe, you certainly don't want to have a shutout here on homecoming, 50th anniversary, such a special day, but you do got to think about the rest of the season.
I just don't know what you can, really do right now. I mean, what do the running game hasn't done much. The passing game doesn't done much. I guess you just you got 7 minutes of free play to try to find something, but you're not winning this game.
Going to try to run over the right side. I think that was Null again. 5 shirts around him. And De Anza continues to be awfully difficult to move the ball against.
Null.
And again, just to reiterate, this offense for LMC came in doing really, really well and just getting nothing done against the Lions today.
11th in the state in offense. They were ahead of De Anza.
And when you're making those rankings, Dan, when you look at a performance like this against such a good LMC offense, you're really going to raise the stock of the Mountain Lions. There's a catch on the slant pattern. Going to be able to cross the 40 to about the 44. That'll be good for a first down. And I'm thinking,
by number 15.
Yeah.
On Alex De La O.
Alex De La O making the catch from Encinal out in Alameda.
There's 3 Encinal players on the offense here.
Yeah, very well represented. And right up the middle, crashing into his own man. Looking like a bowling ball right there. Was that Null again? It was number 40. Looked like he crashed into one of his own linemen. I think that was that Omari Norris that he crashed into? Or was that Luoma? Was that Nico? But boy, that's got to hurt. Your running back runs right back into the back of your legs.
Dangerous, too.
Fakes a Null this time. They go out to the sideline. And breaks a tackle, gets away for another one. Inside the 40, down to the 38. Finally swung down by a defender.
13,
but the catch is made and a good gain. And that will be a first down for Richard Felder. RJ makes the play. Called his name a few times here today.
First down, Mustangs.
That'll be a first down for LMC. Null's going to get it. Off tackle right side. A whole lot of room. Gets a block out in front inside the 30 and then spilled down hard on the sideline. Coming up to make that play was number 0, DeAndre Greeley, who had that interception return for a touchdown earlier.
Well, you can see De Anza, I think, has figured out they're not going to lose, so they've loosened up a little bit. That time the pursuit came really quick off the left side, but they were able to run right by it. So they're starting to see some things maybe they thought they would have gotten earlier in this game.
LMC definitely looking to get the goose egg off the board here. Under 4 minutes to go now in the 4th. Can they get into the end zone? This one tipped and looked like it nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Singleton. And number 11, Desmond Sampson, nearly had himself a pick. So a few months back, I was contacted, and here's Null going right up the middle, picking up some yards. Told that LMC might want to put together some games, so I'm thinking to myself, round up the usual suspects.
Oh, you want Dan Wall to come out of a retirement even more? Well, it starts next Saturday, Tony. Although I could have done this game and still made it, but of course the Sharks will be back.
Oh, so. NHL hockey.
Dan will be there Thursday and Saturday for the opening weekend.
Now, you still have season tickets?
I don't have full season tickets. I share a package with one of my friends up there. I go to about 15 games now.
Here's Null going up the middle, plowing ahead. He'll get to the 20-yard line as the clock now ticks under 3 minutes to go.
40,
and that is not a graphical error that you see. It really is 49-0 in favor of the Lions.
Second down,
De
Mustangs.
Anza scored on their first 2 possessions, and on the 3rd possession for LMC, Greeley had that interception return for a touchdown, and it has just never gone uphill. But here's a touchdown hit and knocked down in the end zone, but that is going to be a touchdown for LMC, and the Mustangs are on the board.
Touchdown, Mustangs!
Kalani Sandoval with a touchdown catch. That is 6 points for the home team.
Number 0, Kalani Sandoval. Number 0.
So Deathridge gets the touchdown pass, and the Mustangs on the board here.
So they finally got something positive out of this game, Tony. Now that maybe you can build on that and say, look, what we did. The only problem, of course, is who's playing for De Anza at this point. Is this the backups? All that stuff comes in.
Right now, it's just the fact that there is not a 0 on the board anymore.
Makes you feel better.
There's the kick. That is up and good. It's 49-7, 2.5 to go.
Number 33, Michael Guzman.
So Guzman able to knock that through.
The score, De Anza 49, Los Medanos 7.
And I think certainly if you're on the Mustang side, you just don't want to see that shutout.
I agree.
Quarter.
I really wonder what it feels like to play a game like this in this kind of heat. What your body is really going through right now. There's got to be something going on that sideline with the trainer and certain drinks being
get your fluids. Like you were saying, Dan, you want to sort of limit some of these pass routes. You don't want these guys, doing wind sprints all day. But just those interior linemen, that constant banging, that's just got to wear you down. And then, in fact, you got to chase the quarterback all the time. Boy.
Yeah, there hasn't been, 2 or 3 passes more than 30 yards down the field in this whole game. Daryl LaMonica is not happy with this.
The Mad Bomber.
Or Al. Uncle Al.
Boy, so many sports going on right now. You sports fans got to be loving it. Baseball playoffs, football at all levels, hockey starting.
Basketball starting.
Oh, my God.
Actually, the Warriors play their first exhibition game later tonight.
And cuts back up the middle, finds a seam, and gets out to about the 49-yard line. Excellent return. And that is that is not Ahmad. That is Greeley. Number 0. Boy, he found a little opening, Dan, and exploited it very quickly.
Special teams have not been a problem in this game so much as they are for the 49ers in every game.
Well, the special teams that I've noted has really been the place kicking for the Lions. They were, 7 for 7 on those extra points. And that was Tim Blackmore doing most of that work. Boy, looking to throw the ball here. Now they're going to hand it off. Tripped up, stays on his feet, gets across midfield, fighting for more yardage.
Ben Shepard is now in the game. Not to be confused with the bass player for Soundgarden, Ben Shepard.
And nobody was going to do that.
I didn't know. Only me.
On the carry, Logan Kern, number 24, out of Sequoia. And you see how hard he's fighting for those extra yards? Of course, guys, football, you practice and you practice and you practice. When you get a chance to play, you want to make every bit of it. There's going to be a timeout, and we'll toss to a break. 2 minutes to go here in the football game, 49-7 in favor of De Anza.
With more than 90 programs, degrees and certificates, online, hybrid and in-person classes, and free tuition for full-time students. At Los Medanos College, the future is ours.
All right, last 2 minutes of the ball game. De Anza with the football. There's about a new quarterback into the ball game. And looking for some room. Dragged down. And that is Ben Shepard.
By number 13,
another thing I wanted to point out to you, Dan. Another wood
5,
on the Los Lomas team. And boy, when I was thinking about, oh my God, another. How many of those have gone through that program?
I reffed a game where there was a wood a couple of years ago, and I was reminded by Mrs. Wood, who's our all-time favorite mom in the history of high school sports. How many more could there possibly be?
Well, before too long, I'm sure we'll have some of the grandkids coming out as well, right? And whistles blow this one dead. Shepard looking back at the referee, and it's going to be a delay of game.
13, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
But it's just kind of funny when, thinking about so many of the years that have gone by, and we did those games so long ago, and there was one of the brothers, and there was another one of the brothers. What was there, like a half a dozen of them?
Yeah. Most of them were the quarterback, too. What's this one play?
I don't believe he got into the game.
Oh, okay. I could make a couple of jokes right now, but I'm not going to.
Dan, ours is a family show.
Yes, that would be fun, but we'll wait.
Shepard takes a low snap, handles it. Now he wants to run up the middle. And Ben going to push the pile close to midfield. And we're down under 40 seconds, and that should be it. They do not have to run another play.
Number 92, Los Medanos, to cover one play. Equipment issue.
We've had more equipment issues in this game than I can ever remember.
Yeah, equipment issues, unnecessary contact.
Personal foul.
Personal fouls, that's what I meant, yeah.
I'd like to hear what was said during those personal fouls.
Now they are running the clock down under 10 seconds. And that will do it on the 50th anniversary of LMC College and their homecoming day. It's been all Lions, a final score of 49-7. Dan, thanks so much for joining us.
The game.
And so many people that played a part in putting this all together. I want to thank them. Ron Carter for all his good work. Chris Verdugo, Juliet Casey, who the marketing director here at LMC, who I contacted earlier after being told that she was interested in doing some of these games. I want to thank her for all her support. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more games from LMC as time goes by. For all of us here at Contra Costa TV, for Dan Wall, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good afternoon from Pittsburgh.